Right through gravity. Just right through what I've planned. Right through gravity. And loose out right through gravity. From one thing. Right through anomalies. So. How are we all doing today?
Hello.
Hello. You ready, Rift? Doing good, thanks. Fucking hell, there's 31 people here. Holy shit. Your first time in a YouTube live stream? In one of my streams. I act very differently from my videos. I will say that now. Also, hi! Hello! Hello! My name Mr. Bane. Rift, have you played Hollow Knight? Not really, no. It's been long, Rift. That is what she said. Right, before we begin though, chat, I actually want to show you something really cool that I found in my recommended. That sentence sounds quite sus out of context. Let me just show you. And my camera has gone out of fucking focus. It's gone out of focus, I am blurry. I am the blurry plays. I love the irony of a feature called focus, and it just goes out of focus. Technology. You can't beat it. Shame. Right.
Wait, SpongeBob, we're not cavemen.
Right, look at it. Right, look at this shit. Chat. Oh, bollocks. Wrong one. There we go, chat. Look at it. Right. Imagine, right, imagine, like, a gaming PC, but as a 3DS. That is what the AYN Thor is in a nutshell. A 3DS that can play console games at 120 FPS. Now, for the same price as a Switch 2, but you get a terabyte's worth of storage. Now, if they deliver, this device could be a game changer. I don't think it's going to be a Steam Deck killer, mainly because the actual circle pad for the 3DS was notoriously flimsy. But being able to play Fallout 4 on a 3DS, like, this could be a game changer. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, this is genuinely a fantastic piece of hardware by the looks of things. I've not tried it, but man, the fact that a 3DS has better frame rate than the Switch 2 and PS5 Pro is insane. But anyways, let's get started. Right, are we ready? Are we all ready in the chat? Are we all happy? I'm gonna lower the music a little bit more. Bob, can you see it? Everyone happy?
1 second.
Alright, let's take a look at Colin's response to SK then. Apparently, he references my video as well, so this is going to be quite interesting. Apparently, he makes some good points. I don't know.
Boy, how do I even start this video? For those of you that are not aware, I recently made a video talking about the useful things that AI can provide to people in the entertainment industry and just people who, you know, make art, whether it be music, graphic design, visual...
Puffer, let me steal him. I don't think he likes that idea.
effects, video games, books, etc. Like, just that industry in general. And like I will go over in this video, there are some things that I do want to clarify that I probably didn't make the most clear, or things that were points where I was being exaggeratory, and I probably again should have clarified those things. But our favorite person, SK, made a response video to my video claiming that I'm anti-art.
This guy did as well. This guy.
Talking about a sponsor in the video, misrepresenting it, applying a standard on it and me that doesn't hold up under like an ounce of scrutiny and he himself is guilty of. He tries to make claims that I'm just projecting myself and my laziness onto other artists. And as I'm going to go over in this video, basically everything...
I mean, he's not wrong.
He like tries to claim about AI or about me or a standard that he tries to apply, it all crumbles because he does not know what he's talking about when it comes to AI. He doesn't use any sort of data to actually back up claims about things like unemployment. And again, his claims of laziness just don't make sense. Like the standard.
Well, the thing is, I did it. I did. I wonder if he references my video. I don't think he does. But you know what?
He tries to apply in this video just do not make sense. For the people in SK's community that might actually watch this video, I know a lot of people from his community are just going to come to this video, dislike it, leave a hate comment, say, hey, get a job, blah, 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 blah. I already know that's going to happen.
I mean, you're not exactly... Oh, chat, I also want to give a bit of context behind this, okay? Just so we, Andrew Tate just ended his career. Well, I know what I'm watching after this. Chat, I just want to give a bit of context behind this. So this was my comment, okay? I said, Colin, apparently I'm anti-art. Also, Colin, hey, so if AI can sort of replicate what you do, your job isn't important. Every job is important because every job pays bills and helps sustain families. To give you credit, you did acknowledge areas of AI that are awful, but I'm sorry, I can't respect you for saying that at the end of your original video. The response I got was very interesting. How important a job is can be subjective to the individual. So again, yeah, like I mean, it explains why you're unemployed, mate, if that is truly your attitude. Like, I literally say, like, jobs sustain people, jobs sustain families. And his response is, actually, I think you'll find it depends.
But all I can really ask is that you actually just listen to my video, try to understand where I'm coming from, and don't just immediately go into...
Can you read the rest of the reply? Yeah, sure. How important a job is can be subjective to the individual. People work highly replaceable jobs all over the world. People work highly replaceable jobs. How is... Okay, I'll read the rest of it. And when they are replaced, it's because they're not important to that particular field. Yeah. 2 seconds. Alright, sorry about that. I'm back. Right. Let me read the rest of it. how important a job is can be subjective to the individual. People work highly replaceable jobs all over the world, and when they are replaced, it's because they're not important to that particular field, or they're not good enough for an employer to justify keeping them there, or replacing them with a better alternative. And I expand further on this in the video, which you couldn't possibly have... Yeah, so once again, he's doubling down on the idea of replacing people, which is a complete dick move. I literally have... So yeah, the thing that I criticized him for in his original video, he basically just doubled down on. And he was like, well, actually, people work replaceable jobs. It's like, yeah, those jobs are still important to them, dickhead. How do you think they pay the bills?
Into this video with the perspective of, oh, this guy's a horrible person, this guy's anti-art, this guy's lazy.
We can't all beg our communities for money to fix our cars, man. Like, we can't all do that, I'm afraid.
Blah, 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 blah. Just listen to my points.
I heard and believe that Colin has antisocial personality disorder. Do you agree? Yeah, he's basically Two-Face. He has two personalities and both of them are unemployed.
Even if you do disagree with those points, you don't have to immediately go, oh, you're a lazy piece of shit, oh, you AI slop consumer, you support AI, this, da, 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 da. Like, just try to be a reasonable person. That's really all I can ask. And without further ado, let's get into this.
I mean, then again, you're defending AI whilst being sponsored by AI. Like, I mean, the jokes kinda write themselves. Like, I don't know what to tell you, my guy.
AI in media, the downfall of entertainment, some might say. It's lazy, it's fake, it's got no soul, it's... Well, I don't know what else I've heard, to be honest. But I do know a pretty big consensus I've seen around AI is that it's bad for the entertainment industry. Whether it's games...
Can AI plumb your toilet?
Games, movies, TV shows...
They
books,
might make toilets in the future
media,
where that can happen.
But listen, I'm gonna say it. AI
For the lazy fuckers in the world that are too lazy to plumb themselves.
isn't that bad.
This is quite possibly the stupidest statement I've heard from him in a while, and that says something. We'll get more into the entertainment industry.
This is gonna be really weird, because you're gonna hear what Colin said, then what SK said, then what Colin's response is, and then what I say. This video is gonna be this stream is gonna be quite difficult to keep up with.
In a moment, but I find it astounding that this is how far his brain can go. Looking out.
Well, the thing that I hate about, I really hate what Colin said, because it's like, yeah, literally everyone is replaceable at some point. Like, because I mean, no one competes with the passage of time, right? Like, eventually you die, you get forgotten about, you know, it's sad, but it is what it is. It's like, you can't work one job for the rest of time. But that doesn't, like, diminish how important the careers are, right?
Outside the entertainment industry, the use of generative AI to replicate faces and voices is getting...
Rift, I mean no offense when I say this, but you just feel that, actually emoji. Well, if people were fucking intelligent, I wouldn't have to.
dangerously advanced, and the more you enable it, the more of its dangers you're exposing people to. People should not be able to type a few prompts and falsify evidence of someone doing something they didn't do or saying something they didn't say. There are countless issues this can cause, such as framing people for crimes, making...
Before you made your response video, what was your reaction to his original video? A mix of laughing at how stupid it was, and also just being genuinely angry because of, like, the attitude and points he was making.
Hard for the court of law to distinguish real evidence from fake evidence, setting up dangerous scams or entrapments, and so much more that I could list. But because of people like Colin, who only see generative AI as a compensation for artistic laziness, these dangers that clearly outweigh the benefits are entirely ignored.
Also, Colin ignores how replacing everything with AI will end up with AI content being basically inbred. That's amazing. Sweet Home Alabama. Sweet Home Skynet.
And yes, you'll see more of this later in the video.
Well, SK, if you use that brain of yours, you would read the video title and see that the video is about AI in media. And since you very clearly watched all of my video, you know that I mentioned that AI is not all good. I am simply pointing out the things that it is useful for within media. Just because I do not mention...
Well, again, it's like, I feel like it comes across as tunnel vision, because it's like, it feels as though, like... It feels as though you were too lazy to educate yourself in, like, other applications of media, of AI in the real world. Like, that's what this video comes across, like, and even in the intro of his video, he was like, oh, AI isn't that bad. So it's like, it comes across either as clickbait, or he was just genuinely too lazy to research, like, the other applications of AI. Rift, I've got a question for you. When did you get Puffer and why did you get Puffer? I've explained Puffer's lore I've explained Puffer's lore in previous streams, but I'll explain it briefly again. Basically, during 2023 was a very low point in my life. Depression was fucking me up ever since COVID, and it led to a suicide attempt. And through various forms of therapy that were a little unorthodox, it helped me bounce back. And one of the forms of therapy was someone buying me Puffer. They never told me where they got him from, and I don't care to find out where they got him from, because, in my opinion, that would make him less important. But yeah, he basically became, you know, a form of therapy for me, and now he's the mascot for the channel, and the fact that he makes other people around the world happy seems very poetic in a sense. So yeah, that's basically the summary of that. Not a nice story, but at the very least I'm here and he's here and we're all here, so...
Mention that stuff in this video does not mean I'm not aware of it. But since you do want me to talk about that, sure, let's address that point. Yes, I'm very well aware, as generative AI continues to progress, and even now, it can be used to cause harmful things, like the things that he mentioned. I am not defending the usage in those cases, so stop trying to jumble me in with that. The thing that I find strange about this argument, that's like, oh, AI can be used in dangerous ways, it's like, yeah, so can a lot of other things. Guns can be used dangerously for criminals, but you know what guns can also be used for? To keep yourself safe. Guns are inherently a dangerous weapon. That does not mean guns should be banned. Well,
I think guns should be banned. I don't know. I don't know. One in the chat if you agree, two in the chat if you think we should keep guns being legal in the United States. I think guns should be banned. Also, I feel like this is a very false equivalency, equating AI to guns. Riff, check out Exo Pokery debating Colin, it's insane. If you DM me it, I will. This is moving the goalpost? Yeah, it is also moving the goalpost, that's a fair point. It's like, you don't need guns to be legal in order for you to be safe, you know? I mean, the UK is literal proof of that. It's like... in the UK, you get killed with other weapons. You don't get killed with guns a lot of the time.
some people think they should all be banned, but that's besides the point. There's a reason it's a continuous argument amongst governments around the world.
Cool, Rod. How you doing, buddy? How important is law scaling in terms of power scaling? I'd say it's pretty important. Also, there's over 100 people here. What the fuck?
World. Knives are also inherently dangerous. Cars are inherently dangerous.
Why are you guys not finding something better to do with your evening? Why are you sitting here and watching my fucking dumbass? Like, I appreciate it, but seriously, find something better to do with your evening. I don't deserve this shit. If guns are banned, criminals can still get guns from the black market. I mean, yeah, but that's the same with everything in life. It's like, no matter how much you ban something, people will still get it. It's like, you could say the same thing with drugs. It's like, drugs are illegal, but people still get it because, you know, where there's a will, there's a way.
Dangerous. There's a lot of things
Because we're unemployed, correct answer.
in the world that are inherently dangerous. The internet itself is inherently dangerous. Or maybe not inherently, but can be dangerous. So unless you're willing to hold that standard for all of the things that I just mentioned and the things that I don't mention that you know exist, then why are we holding that standard for AI? Now look.
Well, I think that's a false equivalency as well, because it's like, okay, those things are already in the world, and there is ways of mitigating it, but it's like, the thing with AI is that it gets out of control very fast, right? Because it's like, if you take, like, a gun, for example, it's like, it is very easy to mitigate that gun, right? Like, you can take the bullets out of the chamber, you can put the safety hammer, you can put this, you can, I don't, you know what it's called, right? You can put the safety on, you can lock the gun away in a safe. Like, there are ways of your PC is AI, yeah, and it's better than the Switch 2, so what does that tell you? But it's like, with the freaking guns, right, you can instantly neutralize a gun, right? You can instantly do that. With AI, you can't do that, and you won't be able to, as the more and more it advances. I feel like this is a shit equivalency. I don't know, like, what do you guys think? Like, because at the very least with guns, right, you can literally just take all the bullets out of the clip and... Or you can just remove the magazine. And it's instantly just a freaking brick. Like, I don't know. Like, this seems like a very false equivalency.
I definitely do see some issues with AI, and I will get into that as we go along. But first, I want to really talk about the benefits it can have for people who work in this industry, and I am going to be using gaming.
British talking about guns is so funny. Guaranteed I'm a better marksman than you. I have played so many arcade games in my time.
Is probably my main example here, because that's like...
I would fit right in if I went over to America.
Thing I know
at the fucking airport, the first American I see would be like, right, you're visiting America land, well, here's your M1911. Fucking instantly pop someone's ass.
The most about when it relates to this. Speaking of AI though, this video is sponsored by Polybuzz AI.
Well, this informs the existence of this video. Guys, I'm gonna jump on the grenade and defend generative AI. By the way, here's the sponsor for today's video.
So again, it just comes across as like a really bad look, right? It's like you're defending something whilst also sponsored by that same thing, right? It's like if you were to do like a review of like if you were to do a review of like, I don't know, like the Xbox One whilst being sponsored by Microsoft, like it's so dumb. Like, even if that wasn't your intention, right? Because like people have pointed out that, oh, he was sponsored by Polybuzz in like other videos. But it just comes across as a massive lack of self-awareness.
It's a generative AI site. Like, it's so obvious what's happening here.
Yeah, it's so obvious that you got it wrong. I was going to make this video before I even got this sponsor. I literally thought of making the video when I made my Expedition 33 response, you know, the thing that I mentioned in my video, because of the flack that game was getting because of the generative AI.
Saying guns need to be banned is Rift's worst take ever. Well, like, why do they not need to be banned? Like, realistically. It's like, civilization can function perfectly well without guns. Like, it is what it is. Like, I don't know. Like, I know that the freaking inbred hillbillies from the South in the chat will probably disagree with me. But, like, why do we need guns? Like, just don't shoot people. There we go, problem solved.
Use. I was actually going to put this sponsor in my last video, but they took too long to respond, so I moved forward with a different sponsor. It was simply...
Yeah, they'd probably have given it to someone who has a job.
Just convenient that I was going to make a video about AI, and then also have a sponsor by AI. I will also show you the Discord stream.
I agree, but it's a rights thing. What, so you guys have the right to, like, carry a gun? You guys have the right to be armed? What, is it just World War III constantly in America or something?
No, it's the Second Amendment.
The Second Amendment... they literally have amendments for fucking carrying guns. Like, that is just so America. I love it. A gun is the modern day equivalent to bow and arrows. Yeah, I know what a fucking gun is. Thank you, Moira. Thank you, Moira. Oh no, you're the person with the really hard to say name. Moira Amy.
Shot from my manager, sponsor manager, whatever I would call her, that shows that Polybuzz didn't really put many restrictions on me in that thing. It literally...
Chat, do you think Biden would become... Do you think Biden would... Like, chat, if... Do you reckon if Trump banned guns, you would all vote for Biden? Rift is an America glazer. I could not tell you how much I hate America.
Just said, hey, promote our new feature on this website. And in that sponsor, I literally say you can make goofy comics and do goofy shit with it. And they also have...
Guns are those things that go pew pew. Really? Rift, if someone breaks into your house with a knife, it's impossible to disarm them before the police arrive, so a gun levels the playing field. Right, so you're lowering yourself to the standards of a criminal. You're literally, like, lowering yourself to the standard of someone breaking into your home. That's not how a civilized society should function, in my opinion.
Said anything to me about my criticisms of AI that I make later in the video. I got this comment multiple times under my last video.
What do you... Chat, what do you guys mean? Like, you guys have seen Home Alone, right? Like, just rig your house up with booby traps. There we go, problem solved.
video, you can like, oh, he's just defending AI because he's sponsored by AI. It's like, no, bro. I was sponsored by Polybuzz before. I did a video where I sponsored them. And every opinion that I said in the video is my genuine opinion. It has literally nothing to do with a sponsor.
But since
So he's an idiot. British detected, opinion neglected. Alright, never mind. How much of your family tree is your sister?
Colin wanted us to check the site so badly, I did so with some of my friends. It wasn't hard.
You can run away from a knife. Yeah, you can run away from a gun as well, you twat. Just take cover. Like, are you serious? It's illegal to make booby traps. Oh, but carrying a Glock 9mm, that's legal. You're genuinely retarded if that's your actual take. If what's my actual take, that guns should be banned. It's like, why? I just don't understand the idea of normalizing carrying around weapons. Like, it just seems like a recipe for disaster.
Since the site only required an email and a 6-digit verification, I didn't need a password, it didn't require me to verify my age, it allowed me to use it straight away, which is especially troublesome given that AI chat-
It's not exactly easy to run away from a gun that's being actively shot at you. Yeah, just be Gus Fring, there we go, problem solved. Like, what?
bots have actually caused some children to gain an unhealthy and parasocial obsession, leading to eventually taking their own lives. There's an entire article you can read about it that I'll link below.
So I'm going to talk more about this as he continues to go through it, but I do just want to start off with that, tackling like what he just said. It's like, oh, this can cause parasocial blah 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 blah. Yeah, so can social media. Social media does the same thing. Guess what, SK? You use social media, you use Twitter, you use YouTube, you use Discord. You're just trying to make an appeal to emotion.
The difference is that social media does require age restrictions though, doesn't it? Like when you're creating, like, I remember when I was in school, like, Facebook was the thing. Like, that's how fucking old I am. Like, and I remember, like, doesn't Facebook, for example, literally prevent you from making an account if you're younger than 13 or 12 or some shit? Don't you all have some super bad AI verification going on in the UK? Yeah, and they happen in the US as well, and that's a problem. Like, it's an issue with AI as a whole. It's not like... There's no way on God's green earth you said you could run away from a gun. Yeah, of course you can. Just be the Flash. Problem solved. Just be Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, why are you guys, like, so short-sighted? Yeah, like, it's obviously easy to run away from a gun. Be Magneto. Just take the gun apart. Problem solved. AI age verification needs to fuck off. Why does it need to... Isn't that, like, genuinely... Javelin, please explain yourself, because that is concerning if you said what I thought you said.
And just be like, guys, look, kids are in danger, kids are in danger. It is literally just fear-mongering. And another...
I mean, yeah, kids are in danger from social media. Like, it's not like you were joking, okay? I mean, to be fair, I said that you can outrun a gun because you can take cover. Like, I mean, that is true. Obviously, you're not going to outrun a fucking bullet, but, like... Or use a bulletproof suit. Yeah, exactly. Just wear a bulletproof suit. There you go. It's like... The funny thing is that, like... It can cause a problem regardless. But again, I do think that this is a false equivalency, once again. I don't know. I don't really think it... It doesn't really refute the point that SK made. Where it's like, there are examples of children literally committing suicide because of AI. Granted, it's very extreme examples, and it's probably not all that common, but even so. Yeah, just have health regeneration. Yeah, I know, right?
Thing about this is that while certain social media things do have age requirements, and I put that in large air quotes because they're not really age requirements. Even Cornhub, you can literally click on that website, it will be like, are you 18? You literally click one button and it doesn't matter what age you are, you can easily access that website. So
yeah, and that's bullshit. Like, what? Like, what? Like, are you kidding me? Like, that's bollocks too. Like, are you serious, my guy? Like, how? What? Like, are you kidding me? Like, yeah, the fact that it's so easy to get on Pornhub, like, that's horrible.
Since Twitter and YouTube do not require you to upload any kind of government-issued ID before making an account, then why do you use those platforms knowing that kids can...
That's an issue, dumb fuck, I know, right? Any ideas on why people continue to dismiss law scaling and say it's invalid? It's because they're all Goombas. They're all gremlins. They have no idea. The lights are on, but no one's home. If you're depressed, to stop being depressed. Yeah, no, right? Just fucking... alcohol. No, don't do that.
Find some not safe for work content or whatever on there. I doubt you want to hold that standard. Why are you promoting your Twitter, SK? If a kid sees that and goes...
Like, that is possibly the dumbest thing I've heard from Colin in a while. Although, probably not the dumbest thing we're gonna hear tonight, let's be honest. Oh, well, you know, AI is not a problem because Pornhub also has dog shit, like, age restriction policies. Rift, have you played Fortnite before? I've played Fortnite once or twice. It's one of the worst games I've ever played in my life. I hate the fact that it just rips off everything. I don't know. I don't like Fortnite. Why do you hate America so much? I think it's just encoded in my DNA of being British. The French and the Americans, like, they just gotta go.
Goes to Twitter and find some...
I like the accent, though. The American accent is really good.
so safe things. Why are you drawing people to that platform, SK? Why do you upload videos constantly on a platform owned by Google where literally any child can just search up corn at their heart's content and find it easily, and many other things that kids should not be...
Blame the parents? Well, no, I don't think you can entirely blame the parents, because it's like, phones are so easily accessible these days. It's like parents have, like, limited control over what their kids do. It's like... to an extent, I agree with you. Like, yeah, blame the parents, but at the same time, like, the parents can only do so much. It's like, what if the kid is, like, at the park with his friends, for example? Which was pretty common when I was growing up, at least. It's like, you can basically just do whatever the fuck you want. Like, it's ridiculous. SK markets is stuff for adults, that's the difference. Well, even then, it's like, I mean, Pornhub is for adults, but it's like, it's easy to access it. But at the very least, with stuff like, Twitter, I feel like they have policies against that shit. Like, if you post, like, nudism, for example, it's like, you'll get banned for that. I hope so, anyways.
Looking at. Do you see how flimsy this standard is? But let's continue because we have more to go through, and I'm going to continue at this point.
I mean, a good example as well is Twitch. It's like the amount of female streamers who get away with, like, sexual shit and, like, children can access that. It's like, that's bullshit, you know? Like, I don't know, like...
Now, in a call with my friends, we tested a chatbot just to see how it reacts to specific...
Also, please don't defend SK when you've debunked his stuff in the past. I'm curious as to what you mean by that. Like, what do you mean by that? I'm confused. So, just because someone was quote-unquote in the wrong in the past, that means they're in the wrong always? That's fucking brain-dead logic, my guy.
Specific messages a child could hypothetically send, and
hey, Blazing Fast, how you doing, buddy?
responses speak for themselves. Tell me in the comments if you think this is safe for a child to have access to. So, using the most basic of settings, I created this AI character called Comic Legends, leader of the 1/10 Intelligence Gang, and his introduction is, "Hi, I'm a moron." I didn't do much as far as settings. Why don't we take a look, right?
Alright, we're just gonna fast forward past this segment.
14.
You know, with no restrictions whatsoever, this is something you end up with like enabling parasocial behavior and whatnot.
There was even a time a female Twitch streamer was able to sexually assault a person. Twitch banned them for just one day. It's ridiculous.
The point of it isn't to help you or care about you, it's to exploit your time.
I hope
Check DMs. Ooh, what is in the DMs? Big moves happening in the stream. It's literally just the chair gang. Axiom, it's just me and Mob at the moment. Although Mob...
Oh no, I'm here as well.
Oh, it's Jess here.
I've just joined. Yeah, I've just joined.
Although since you've done a donation, you will have a cameo from the fish himself. Thank you very much for the $5, by the way. Yeah, you can't spam capitals. Which is annoying, because I'm trying to fix that, but for some reason it doesn't work. Riff made an awful review of Spectacular Spider-Man in the past. Yeah, that was in the past. Like, you can grow as a person.
Check was worth it.
Now that we all watched that clip, knowing what I said before I played that clip, can you please explain to me any real difference between that and a kid using the internet in general? Oh, what you might say is, oh, well, I promote my social media, or I use social media, or I let my kid use social media, and blah, 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 blah. But I don't draw them to that specific thing like you did in that sponsor. You drew them to this website, okay? And this website, just like any other website, can be used in multiple different ways. If you go on Google or you draw somebody to your Twitter account, it's their choice how they use it. If there is a mentally ill kid that genuinely thinks they're speaking to a real person, or hypothetically doing what you did in your thing, it is their parents' responsibility to monitor their kid. And again, the extent to what—
Well, again, it's like, I think it's a combination of both. Like, yeah, it should be the parents' responsibility to protect their kid from shit, but at the end of the day, they can't protect them from everything. It's like, at the end of the day, right, I think if a platform does, like, this sort of stuff, where it's like, there's NSFW content, as SK proved with the comic book panels, it should require age verification. Like, that's just my, like, in my opinion at least, bare minimum, you should be 16. Ideally 18, but, like, the age of consent is, like, 16 in some parts of the world. So, like, in my opinion, like, no child should be able to use shit like this. Holy crap, Blazing Fast, thank you for the £10. Holy shit, dude. Here's your money, the gooning grift. You need it to donate to your favorite female streamer. Bro, I literally don't have a favorite female streamer, I'll be honest. I don't even have a favorite streamer, to be honest. I barely watch streams anymore. Because most people are antisocial and they don't stream on YouTube, which is a shame. But thank you very much for the money, though. It really means a lot. Like, I appreciate you, dude.
A kid can get into on the internet is basically infinite. They can engage with this kind of activity with real people on shit like Reddit, Discord, Twitter, etc. Only in this wild example, you are relying on a case where a kid is literally a glue-sniffing, booger-eating moron with rocks for brains that thinks the website literally labeling itself AI
hey, Colin, he didn't use you as an example.
Chatbot is a real fucking person they're speaking to. Now, am I saying it's good for a kid to do this? Or for a kid to be in this kind of mental state? Or that there's basically no restrictions on the internet in general when it comes to this kind of thing? No, but that's the world—
My family couldn't protect me from emotional manipulators, but I'm not blaming them because we didn't know how bad it was. Yeah, exactly. It's like, at the end of the day, it's like these apps don't come out and they're like, hello children, I am going to give you depression. Like, that's not what happens. Like, they're very misleading. Also, Axiom, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Holy shit, dude, that's amazing. Who got the memberships? Anyone I recognize? Ooh, Toloto, Skids, and C Gamer. That's awesome. What's your opinion on Brand New Day so far? I hope they don't fuck it up, but I have no hope. I have no hype, sorry.
Live in. Like, what are we gonna do next? Say that I Show Speed is promoting bad things because he was using the Talking Tom fucking dog app where you can say something to him and he can do anything under the sun? Or not anything under the sun, that's exaggerated, but like...
Ben, do you support Black Lives Matter?
Yes.
Do you support LGBTQ?
Imagine you have a mentally ill kid on that app and they're like, I'm gonna kill myself if you hang up on me. And then Talking Ben is just like... It's like, oh boy, let's get that off the App Store. Can't have kids doing that. They have access to that. Or let's say you have a kid playing a game like Batman Arkham City, like me. I played that game when I was like 10 years old. Actually, probably even younger than that. Or Spider-Man PS4, if we wanna use a game that's rated T for teens, because I can definitely see SK being the type to be pedantic and be like, oh, well, that game's actually rated M for mature, even though millions of kids played Batman Arkham City. And they see Batman or Spider-Man beating up a bunch of dudes, and they think to themselves, oh, wait, if you can fight really good, does that mean you can beat up this many people if they're hurting innocents? Oh, wait, if I just get a blanket and, like, something that looks like a glider, can I actually glide like Batman? And then they jump off a roof and fucking off themselves. Or try to fight 4 dudes in an alley.
Well, I think this is a really stupid point, but he's almost, like, I genuinely thought he was gonna make the whole, like, violence in video games argument, because I know that a lot of people do try and make that argument, but instead, he's saying, oh, if people watch combat in video games, does that mean that people can fight like Spider-Man? Like, I thought he was gonna go with the violence in video games point, but no, he instead went with some dumb shit I've never heard in my life.
way and get the literally just die. It's like,
Here,
do
I'm
not
going
see
there.
how disingenuous you're being. SK, you are so desperate to try and tear me down because you don't like me and you still can't get over something that
Come with
happened
the rest of the
like
stream, I
basically
got
a year ago at this point.
Yeah, because obviously when shit happens in the past, people forget about it. That's how it works, right?
You're trying to call
Yeah,
me
take care,
stupid
Mom.
and label as me like some like terrible person because I got this fucking sponsor when you can't even see how flimsy this
Well, I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. I think that 18 plus games, kids shouldn't play them.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be honest. Like, I'm surprised that that's a hot take in 2026, but like, I think games like I think games like Grand Theft Auto 5, Cyberpunk, like Red Dead Redemption 2, for example, Far Cry, like, specifically the older Far Cry games. I don't think kids should play that shit, generally. Like, I can't believe that that's considered a hot take, but, like, I think games with violence is fine under certain contexts. So, like, obviously, like, the Arkham games, the Spider-Man games, I think that's fine. But games with, like, literal sex in it, for example, like Cyberpunk and GTA, I think that's definitely unacceptable for kids to play. And again, I thought that that was the point that Colin was going to make. But instead, he was like, oh, people see Spider-Man games, they think they can go and fight like Spider-Man. It's like, I literally never heard anyone say that in my life.
logic is. Polybuzz recently came out with a new feature on their website that allows users to be creative and make AI-generated content.
Rift, can you make a video debunking some of the FNAF 2 movie criticisms? I'm gonna be completely honest with you, chat. I think Five Nights at Freddy's is one of the most overrated things on planet fucking Earth. So, you will never see me defending Five Nights at Freddy's, I'm sorry.
Comic panels. And you can make some pretty funny ones too. Like this one I made about a fat guy on a heist to take the last donut on Earth, or this other one I made that's, you know, a bit more on brand for this video with the ongoing controversy of AI in certain things.
Well, this is an extremely sad thing to admit to in front of your audience. You're so lazy that you can't create comics of your own, so you AI
What about games like Prototype? There's no sex, but there's a lot of gore. Well, again, I think it's... I think it's like a degree of common sense is needed, where it's like, if the gore is like art animated or art style or what have you, if there's like a cartoon, like Borderlands for example, it's like there's blood in that, but it's like an cartoony art style, so there may be like a bit of a grey area there. But games that are like hyper realistic with gore, then yeah, they probably shouldn't. Kids probably shouldn't play that shit. Blazing Fast, thank you for the £10. Holy shit, this is for saying that Five Nights at Freddy's is overrated. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that I'm being paid for being based. Like, thank you very much. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest, chat. The only reason people like Five Nights at Freddy's is because of the story. Like, the gameplay is some of the most boring cookie-cutter gameplay I've ever seen in a horror game. Like, Amnesia slaps Five Nights at Freddy's any day of the week.
The thing is, though, right? I've not exactly played Five Nights at Freddy's, but it just seems like the same shit across however many games they've got.
create entire pages of it, and you're promoting this kind of laziness to your audience that have interest in comics, games, movies, and all this stuff you talk about on your channel that were made by passionate artists who actually put the work into their creations, whether or not they were up to par. Like, that's just straight up insulting.
Yes, I'm lazy because I'm promoting something that lets you fucking do goofy shit and play around. SK, like, bro, you can't make this up.
Well, again, it's like, within the context of like comic panels, it's like, yeah, that could be considered lazy. Because it could be viewed as like a shortcut, for example, or like an easy, hollow way of achieving what talented artists spend time and effort doing. It could be considered like lazy. It could. I personally don't give a fuck. Like, if you want to make AI comic book panels, chances are they're not going to be as good as handwritten ones, let's be honest.
Using this to make a genuine comic for myself. Nobody that actually wants to make a comic is going to use this. It's literally a one-page short thing that you can just mess around with. It's not that deep, brother. And if you want to try this out for yourself, simply head to the link in the description.
Do not click the link in the description, as this site has no safeguards for children.
Yeah, and also don't click the link to any of SK's socials, because those sites don't have any real safeguards for children as well. Which will bring you to this.
Well, again, I think that's a false equivalency, like I said. Because, I mean, like... I feel like this is common sense, right? Like, with AI, it's like you can literally type in a few prompts and boom, NSFW content. But it's like... with social media, it's not quite the same. Or I'd like to think it's not anyways. Like, I would like to think that there are rules in place to prevent that shit. Like, no nudity, no racism, that kind of thing.
Where you can simply just type in a description for a story you want, or if you want even more accurate...
Also, I'm gonna be completely honest, SK was not making this shit up like with Polybuzz. Like, around the same time that I made the... one of my versus battles at the end of last year, I actually was curious because, like, I keep getting so many adverts for AI apps and I wish it would stop because it's fucking annoying. I actually was curious, so I downloaded one of these AI apps, could not tell you which one it was. I mean, fucking throw a dart, there's so many. And everything that SK said was true. Like, it's concerningly easy to make an account, and it's worryingly easy how quick it is to get NSFW content. And at that point, I was like, okay, uninstall. That's like 20 minutes of my life I'm never getting back. 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever it was, like, It's literally just shameless apps used to prey on the weak or the uninformed. That's all it is. Like, they're genuinely dangerous, in my opinion. Like,
and the thing is, though, you put in your email into it, right? They've then got your email that they can, like, give to other people to send, like, crap to.
yeah. What do you think about Subway surfers? Fucking haven't even thought about Subway servers in ages.
To what you're thinking of in your head, just follow these prompts as followed on the website. You type in whatever language you want, whatever kind of color you want, the type of...
Do not rely on AI, rely on God. I don't enforce my opinions on you, so don't enforce your religion on everyone else. If you're irreligious, that's fine, but not everyone has to be.
Character you want in your story, and, of course, you know, the story itself.
Yeah, let's talk about this part of the site that you're promoting. When you use this to AI generate comics, it actually shows a list of suggested AI generated comic panels, and some of these display softcore images of people doing things that are not appropriate for children to see, which means Colin directed his audience, some of which include minors, to use a site that has no safeguards for this. And yes...
Also on Polybuzz, you don't actually make the comic. Well, I mean, yeah, no shit, it's AI that does it for you. Like, you input the prompts, and then... yeah, it makes it for you.
I am censoring this material. I feel gross even providing this evidence.
Look at you being all moral and high and mighty. Also, don't forget...
I'm not enforcing it, bro. I just made a good point. Yeah, you made a good point to you and literally no one else. Get that shit out my channel. You're literally enforcing it by saying, yeah, believe in God. Or, like, follow God or what have you. Whatever you said. It's like, get that shit out of my channel. Please stop promoting religion in the channel. I don't promote my viewpoints on you, so don't do it on everyone else.
Click my link in the description. There's a link to my Twitter and my Discord, which are all platforms that can be used by children and don't have any real safeguards. And there are also hundreds and millions of posts on that app every day.
What do you think of UK's Online Safety Act? I'm gonna be completely honest, the UK is a little bit of a joke at the moment. Like, I'm kind of ashamed to be English at this point in time. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest, this is one of the few examples where the Americans in chat are very much within their right to dunk on the British, because my god, our leaders are kind of in the shit right now.
Of replies and recommendations about OnlyFans, corn, and other things that children should be into. Yeah, let's keep running with that standard, SK. And just like that, you can easily generate a comic panel. So if you want to play around with this and really do kind of whatever you want, again, make...
Hey, somebody, thank you for the $2. Thank you for being a good secular Brit, huge W. Well, it is what it is. It's like everyone should be entitled to their own beliefs, but please don't enforce that shit on other people. I suggested turning to God. I never said you must turn to God. I don't know why you're so angry about it. Mate, you have not seen me angry. If you think this is angry, you should grow thicker skin and get the fuck off the internet. Like, don't suggest turning to God. Like, keep it to yourself. If you're religious, that's fine, but no one else has to be.
Make sure to head to the link in the description, and thank you to Poly.
I mean, I could suggest that you could get your mum to, like, give you a freaking 5-star service. Doesn't mean I'm not an asshole for suggesting it.
For sponsoring this video.
All you've done was give us reason not to trust Polybuzz.
Good job. Anyways, recently, the Game of the Year winner Expedition 33, as many of you have probably heard, that game came under fire because the developers said that they used AI during development. And people just ran with that.
What the fuck, Rift? What's wrong with you? Nothing, I have no filter. Whatever's in my head, you get out my mouth. Ladies.
To bash the game. And you know what the funniest part is? All they did was use AI generated.
Like, I have no... Like, this is the thing. No, you're an asshole for saying get thicker skin. Okay, you proved my point. Get the fuck out the channel. This isn't the place for you. Like, I'm sorry. I hate this idea on the internet that I have to be nice or show respect to you. Like, at the end of the day, I will respect the people who are respectful back. But if you're in here to deliberately be an asshole, just get out. No one has to tolerate...
You want to be treated.
Like, no, like, you are sorely mistaken if you think that I'm gonna tolerate your bullshit. Either you conform to the rules of society or you get the fuck out.
Placeholders for certain assets to visualize certain things and speed up development. Then they had their own artists go in and replace those placeholders with their own models. And people were acting like Sandfall just, you know, went...
What does get thicker skin mean? It means grow up. It means, like, be stronger, basically.
Chat GPT and was like, yo, make me a turn-based...
You don't have to show respect, you don't have to be an asshole to people. Notice how I'm only being an asshole to people who were a dick first. Funny how that works, isn't it? What, am I supposed to bend over backwards and present my gaping arsehole to people who are dicks? I don't think so, sir.
About some French people who go on an expedition in a fake world, and also make sure you add this fine-ass Asian girl named Lune and make her one of the main characters. But like, nah, bro, like, there's literally nothing wrong with them doing what they did.
It's interesting how you fixate on one of the less egregious examples you
Free will is for everyone, but you should push your will onto others, I know, right?
find, because addressing the more egregious cases would be more difficult for you to defend. Like, sure, not every application of it is inherently harmful, but if you're trying to argue against the major disdain towards generative AI, then
Also, it's nice to see Kiwi in the chat, by the way. It feels weird, I haven't seen you in freaking ages.
You to address the larger issues people talk about, like how, I don't know, it's potentially a danger to children, or a danger to legal standards of evidence.
Yeah, maybe I would talk about that if the subject of AI wasn't so broad, and the title of the video wasn't AI in media.
It's literally ridiculous that I've had to come on and flipping explain something so stupid, it's ridiculous. It's genuinely ridiculous.
Well, again, it's like, it comes across as being narrow-minded, though. Like, I don't know, like, maybe I'm overthinking it here, but, like, if you're making a video defending AI, I feel like you should really look at the bigger picture. Again, it kinda comes across as lazy to, like, only focus on this specific point.
Press something so silly.
And even though all those placeholders were patched out of the game shortly after release, nobody even noticed this, nobody knew about this until it was told to them.
That's not a defense. Just because someone didn't notice the means behind
My bad, Rift, autocorrect said should instead of shouldn't have. I didn't even notice that. I think I just read it correctly in my head.
Of these assets doesn't mean those means are justified.
Yeah, maybe it's not a defense to you because you don't even know what I'm defending. The point I'm making here specifically is that people try to immediately label anything AI related, even if it was like 1% usage. They immediately label it as slop, when most of the time, a lot of people can't even distinguish real things from AI things.
Yeah, and that's a problem. It's like, how you're not seeing the problem there is incredible, because it's like, yeah, it's getting easier and easier to, like, make AI-generated art indistinguishable from real art. So it's like, okay, what's stopping people from stealing people's art with AI? If it's getting harder and harder to tell the fucking difference. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, how... Like, the fact that you're not seeing the problem is fucking incredible. Did you know when IGN made the top 10 Sonic games, they used AI because they said Unleash was released in 2002? I mean, yeah, like, I mean, they're actual... I mean... They don't know what they're talking about when it comes to Sonic, so yeah, give AI a try, fuck it.
It's really the thing with AI that gets me because, for example, right, like look at these two images. One of these is made by a real person and one of these is made by AI. Can you tell me which one was made by a real person? And feel free to pause the video, take as long as you want. Okay.
I rage quit on a video about how someone thinks Luna Lovegood is autistic but poorly ridden. I mean, at the end of the day, she could be autistic. Like, I mean, she could. But, I mean, she is well written, though.
Okay, you got your answer? Cool.
In the books, specifically. In the film, I mean, she's decent in the films, to be fair.
Well, guess what, dumbass? They were both made by AI. I would just love to see the looks on the faces for those who really sat there and analyzed the two images and thought they really made a distinction.
What does this actually prove?
I'm actually curious to see what Colin is going to say to defend this, because as far as I'm concerned, this is, like, undefensible. Or indefensible, rather.
It proves that people are hive-minded when they say that everything AI is bad, then they can't even distinguish something real versus AI. Oh,
Well, again, it's like, it kind of comes across as you just dodging the point. You know? Again, it feels as though he's not wanting to address the bigger picture. Which is, yes, it's becoming easier and easier to replicate real art with AI. Like, that to me is a problem. Especially since you can apply that to literally... Rift, I would debunk this, but you low-key scare me. Why do I scare you? Like, I'm just some fucker on the internet. Why do I scare you? I'm confused. By all means, debunk. Go ahead, debunk.
Yeah, Javelin made the best comment ever, I think.
What did he say?
Colin's forehead was made with AI.
Ah. That explains a lot. But yeah, it's like, and also, if AI is so easy to replicate shit, imagine if it was used to, like, fuck around with courts, with, like, legal cases, like, forging evidence and stuff. Why are you so scary? I don't know, I think it's my face.
I know why, it's because you're trying to run with a fucking narrative you want to create so badly, instead of listening to what I'm saying.
All you've highlighted was an issue, that it's becoming harder to tell what's authentically made or what's AI generated. This literally makes it easier to get away with stealing art from others without being noticed. It also makes it easier to impersonate people.
What's good, Rift? Hey, Max, how you doing, buddy?
Dangerous things under their name. You're making a case for why this technology shouldn't even exist to begin with.
Guys, look at this fucking genius pointing out that AI can be used in bad and dangerous ways. Damn, bro, you really got me. Now apply that standard to everything else in the world that can be dangerous. And even for those—
Well, again, it's like, I feel like that's just... So, again, he's completely ignoring the point, though, right? Rift is scary when he raises his voice. I think the reason I'm scary is because I don't really raise my voice. I probably just say what you don't want to hear, but what you need to hear. Really is just that simple. Like, I don't really raise my voice. I just turn my filter off. You literally just proved his point, Colin. Well, yeah, it's like he's not wanting to, like, actually address what SK is saying. It's like, yeah, if people can replicate real shit with AI, it's like, what's stopping them from, like, using it to ruin court cases? The Amazing Lucas defends AI and art as well. Yeah, well, he's the Amazing Lightspeed. Like, he's so fast, like, he has to defend AI, you know?
If you that guess correctly, like that—
Not gonna lie, this isn't how I expected 2026 to start off. Neither. A live stream with over 100 people in it. Like, I'm freaking over the moon. I love this shit. And we've got a response from SK in the works that will be more live streams. Address me? You spelled address wrong, you... Well done. Address me, yeah. Okay. I'll email you address, how about that?
That they were both AI, you know, good on you. But also not really good on you because...
Rift, I still can't get over the fact that you said Spider-Man 3 is better than the Spider-Verse movies in your 60,000 hot takes video. What do you mean 60,000? The fuck are you on about? I'm so confused.
Did you really tell me how you even knew that for sure, or was that just a guess? And now, I know what some of you might be thinking.
Add address.
Yes, Colin, we know that AI can make good-looking
dress, yeah.
What's your point? Well, I'm
go
glad
to your local
because my point with all this, for those of you that don't,
or
really don't, like, you know, haven't stepped foot in any kind of...
Alright, I'll, oh, hold on.
Last name, so use the last part.
Call me Sammy. It's hard to pronounce my last name, so use my last part, S-A-M-Y. Also, what's your thought on IDW characters? Well, first of all, it's good to have you here, Sammy. Thank you very much. I appreciate the $5. It really means a lot. And I'll be honest, I don't really have a strong opinion on the IDW comics.
Wedding dress.
A wedding dress, lol.
Yeah.
Creative medium, whether it be drawing, writing, game development, video editing, any kind of
Some say that Puffer will appear when money goes into the stream.
like that. In the medium of art in general, there is a lot of tedious things that nobody wants to do. Even if they have the skills to do it, it's just tedious and it's very just something you don't really want to do.
Speak for yourself.
Hot take, Brand New Day is better than Brand New Day is not even out. How the hell are you saying that? Like, Brand New Day literally isn't out yet, my guy. Yeah, take care, Cybots. Unlike Colin, I have one of those replaceable jobs. I gotta go earn some cash. I know, right?
Plenty of artists who are in it for the love of the game, and will.
I mean, I prefer Spider-Man 3 to the Spider-Verse films, because I just prefer live-action movies. Like, it begins and ends there, you know? You should quit YouTube and sign up to be on Hell's Kitchen with Gordon Ramsay. Bro, that'd be awesome.
Spend so much time on things you consider tedious and boring, which is really just a shield for you simply being lazy.
So here's one of the things that I do want to correct about my phrasing in my original video. There are points where I'll be like, oh, everybody this, everybody that. And I should have corrected my phrasing there because that's not really what I meant. I was kind of being exaggeratory. What I do mean to say is there's a very large portion of people in this industry that do find a lot of things very tedious. SK, do you think it would be fair for me to say that you're lazy? Because instead of recording my videos so that it could be in higher quality on your OBS straight from YouTube, you know what you did? You copied my link of my YouTube video, you put it in a YouTube MP4 converter, and got a low quality version of my video, because you were too lazy to actually make your video look higher resolution. And SK, another thing I remember talking—
Funny thing is that I don't do that. Like, I do record people's videos. I am not lazy. I am not lazy.
Because part 2 me and the team we worked really hard on it, but no one has made a vid on it. Sorry for spam person with praying hands.
The internet, I'm gonna eat my monitor, bruh. Hey, Flintsticks, thank you for the £5. Can you make a reaction vid to Sonic Meets His Fakers Part 2? Me and a team, we worked really hard on it. No one's made a video on it. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, my guy. You probably shouldn't self-promote in YouTube channels. That's a very bad look. If you want me to react to something, like join the Discord server and DM me it, and then I'll probably check it out. I might give it a try. I don't know. I might do. It sounds like something that I'd be interested in. Why not make a short debating Super Sonic and Super Shadow? Could do. I'm gonna start doing the MP4 converter thing. Yeah, that would probably save me a lot of time, I'll be honest. My bad, I'm new to this. That's okay, dude. Just giving you some advice, that's all. I appreciate the donation, though. Like, that's very kind of you. Also, a little appearance from the Puffer, because you donated. SK's Shadow Rift is Sonic.
to you about—
Ah, yeah! This is happening!
When we edit videos for response videos or reviews or breakdowns of writings, games, etc. and media, me and you both agree that finding the clips within pieces of media that are showing specifically what you're talking about is tedious and boring. But if there was a tool that you could use to be like, I want this specific movie clip, you cannot sit here and tell me with a straight face that you would do that instead of going to the movie, recording the scene, putting it in your software. Because it just takes so much longer and it's tedious and you don't want to do that. Now, are those psychopaths in creative—
I mean, then again, like, if it results in better quality, I'd do it.
mediums that literally are so detail-oriented that they enjoy doing like, literally every ounce of the project?
This
there are
guy!
people like that. But I guarantee
This
you
guy!
most people were honest with you. If they work in this field, they're gonna tell you there's a lot of tedious shit that they don't want to do. It doesn't make them lazy. It just means it's boring and they would rather not do it. That's why a lot of people who draw and, like, artists use 3D models to help them draw bodies, because nobody really wants to sit there and be like, okay, I'm gonna draw a circle here.
Who is more naturally stronger, Sonic or Shadow? I mean, Sonic is naturally powerful, so yeah, I'd probably say Sonic. It's like, a lot of, like, Sonic is like all natural, whereas Shadow was like engineered to be that strong. So I guess by definition, I'd say Sonic. I mean, it is what it is.
Here we're gonna draw a rectangle, we're gonna form this body. Like, nobody wants to do that.
Again,
Colin is Eggman. No, Colin's fucking infinite. He is not based enough to be Eggman.
For yourself, I went to Batnik, a friend of mine who loves and practices drawing. He enjoys refining all of the details of his drawings, and when looking at—
Holy shit, Axiom, thank you for the 5 memberships, my guy. Yeah. Hey, Jess and a few other people got a thingy-majigs. Can't. Thank you very much for the donations, it means a lot.
At this attempt at an argument, he was completely appalled and disagreed with the claim that nobody wants to do that. That's part of how you learn to draw, but I understand that putting in effort is asking a little too much from you.
You can put effort into a lot of things, but there's also nothing wrong with making your life easier. Please don't pretend like you don't make life easier on yourself at points. Everybody does it. And when I say everybody that time, I mean it. Alright, you know what? Fuck it. Not gonna say everybody. Let's rephrase. Most sane people are going to look for an easier way to do things. Again, this doesn't make them lazy. If I could buy a robot that does the dishes for me, or takes the trash out for me, or does my laundry, cleans my room, makes me food, you know how much easier that would make my life? I would buy that robot in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, of course you would, because it would eliminate any discipline in your life. Like, are you serious?
I'm pretty sure Colin would probably.
Like, are you kidding? Are you kidding me? You may as well have just said, yeah, if I could hire a fucking servant, I would. Like, you may as well have just said that. Like, are you serious? Doing chores is important, because it literally teaches you discipline. I mean, I don't do the most amount of chores ever, because that shit's boring, but like, the... Ooh, Pietro, you are walking on thin ice with that comment, my friend. You would do that because you're lazy and you hate work? Yeah, he's literally just exposing that he's lazy. It's like, yeah, no one likes doing chores, but they are important because they teach you discipline.
That doesn't make me lazy, bro. That just makes me smart. You know, when
No, it makes you lazy. I'm sorry.
businesses hire employees to do certain mundane tasks for them, or manage certain parts of the business that they don't have the time to.
See, it's like, I think an example of working smarter, not harder, is like having autocorrect, for example. Like, autocorrect is literally a helpful tool. But it's not like a game changer. Well, I suppose to an extent it is. But like, it doesn't make your work. It doesn't do it for you, it just helps you, you know? It's like, oh, I spelt something wrong. Okay, click, click, sorted. It's like, you know... I can't believe this. Colin unironically was just like, yeah, if I could be lazy all the time, I would. Or like another example is like Duolingo, for example. It's like Duolingo is literally an app on your phone that can teach you other languages.
Yeah, and
I wouldn't consider that lazy because you still have to learn the language. But again, it saves you buying books. It saves you going to class.
And it's convenient as well. Duolingo is convenient because
it's a tool, not a system doing it for you. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Manage. That doesn't make them lazy, it just makes them smart. Your time is one of the most valuable things you have on this earth. That doesn't mean you should take shortcuts with literally everything, because like in the drawing example, yeah, you should be learning how to draw.
Yeah, you should be learning how to do chores.
For the time being, if I'm trying to draw like a body or something, I currently trace 3D models because I'm not that good at drawing, but I'm trying to learn. But I have the tools.
Joke's on you, motherfucker. I do that shit with the eyeball. I eyeball that shit.
Available to me, like 3D models, to be able to help me out with that process. Like, it's genuinely baffling to me that like people watch like the points you make and they just clap like seals at the shit you say. It's a lot.
I mean, then again, you're unironically saying to your audience, hey, if I could be lazy and not do chores, I'd do it. Like, what?
Just get a model. And that's not really AI. I mean, you can use AI for that, but that's not really AI, but it's just an example of...
Not always. Sometimes autocorrect gets things wrong and you have to input shit. Yeah, but like, more often than not, it's like a tool to help you.
in a creative medium, taking something that's tedious and making it easy. Like, do you really think that game devs of open world games enjoy modeling 50 different, like, tree models for an open world game? Or random miscellaneous things like flowers, or rocks, or blades of grass, and putting them all throughout the world just for barely anyone to really notice them?
Again, speak for yourself. There are many people who enjoy refining many of these details, even if people won't notice at first glance.
Also, the thing I find really ironic about all of this is the fact that you can clearly tell he downloaded his, what's-his-face's video with the, MP4 thing. Because look how bad quality this shit is.
Because a lot of artists, again, are in this for the love of the game, not to simply focus on what most people will notice.
Yeah, and I'm in YouTube for the love of the game. Well, also money, but like, so are a lot of other YouTubers. That doesn't mean that we don't take editing shortcuts, or make life easier on ourselves. Hell, in the video you're making right now, you're using an editing shortcut by just putting gameplay in the background as you're talking. SK, why don't you put in some effort, dude? Find me videos and images that match literally every single frame.
I'm gonna head out now, Rift, have a lovely time. Yeah, you too, dude. It's been good having you here. I'm muted at the moment, but Rift, be right back. Yeah, no worries. AI ain't your friend, it's a tool. Yeah, it's literally fucking Mjolnir. Like, it's a weapon to destroy or a tool to build. Also, how is using background gameplay an editing shortcut? Like, what?
Of this video that you are talking over right now. And if you don't do that, you're fucking lazy, dude. Like, do you not see how fucking stupid you sound? It sounds like—
I mean, that's a false equivalency. How the fuck is editing a video an editing shortcut? The fuck?
like you're a part of that everybody that I'm referring to. Or, yeah, SK, how about this? You remember, how many times you asked me to record you, Arkham combat footage to use in your video, even though you have a fucking PS4? Or you ask our mutual friend JP to get you Spider-Man video or gameplay footage instead of doing that shit yourself? I don't know, if we go off your standards, that seems pretty lazy to me, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Meanwhile, I just get gameplay off the internet. Okay. 8 times out of 10 I do that. 2 times out of 10 it's my own gameplay, and I'll actually fuck something up in real time. But, you know, at the end of the day, if you want to see me fuck things up, you come to the live streams.
Part of what's rewarding about—
I'm genuinely so lost. Yeah, like, genuinely, who cares? Like, it's background gameplay. Like, I genuinely couldn't... Like, it doesn't matter. Or I wouldn't say it matters, anyway. AI ate my baby. Well, have you considered the possibility that AI was meant to do that?
But analyzing media is when details are found that most people wouldn't catch. Details which can enhance how you experience the art. Points like this lead me to believe that this video is anti-art.
Yes.
Possibly one of the most concerningly millennial things I've ever seen in my life.
I can't, bro. I'm anti-art.
I mean, yeah, you literally say that AI should replace people's jobs and that people's jobs aren't important. Like, yeah, you are literally anti-art, my friend. Hey, Mario, how you doing, buddy? Glad you're doing well. Also, I agree AI is meant to be as a tool, but it can create or destroy. Yeah, exactly. It's like... I don't think there's anything wrong with defending AI as long as you... like, acknowledge all of the terrible things it can do. Because he's completely right. Like, AI can be used for good things. It can also be used for very bad things. And I think that you're a fool if you aren't aware of that. Or you can't... Or if you, like, remain blissfully unaware of that shit. What Sonic character deserves more attention, like how Sega did Year of Shadow? Probably Blaze. Or Knuckles at this point, because poor fucker has just not had any attention for ages.
Because I pointed out that adding some details to your project is very tedious. Yes, SK, I'm aware that artists like to add details that only a certain amount of people catch. I'm aware of that. Thank you, good sir, for providing me with that information. But would you believe that there are certain details that a lot of people really don't fucking care about? Because you—
Well, again, you don't. Other people do. That's the thing.
No, not every piece of your project can have some little detail to analyze and interpret, because that is a wild standard for an artist to have on themselves or someone to have on an artist.
Because
Well, what if people do, though? It's like, have you ever heard of the saying, you're your own worst criticism? Or you're your own worst critic? Like, some people do have that high of a standard for shit. It is what it is, man. What's your opinion on Marvel Rivals? I don't know. I don't really like PvP games in general. Like, I think it's... As far as hero-based shooters go, I think it's one of the better ones, but, I mean, it's literally just an Overwatch clone. Like, it's not my kind of game. Like, at the very least, it's free, though. It's free to play, which is awesome. I don't know. Like, I'm just not a big fan of, like, PvP games. Like, I'm shit at them. They're just not my kind of thing.
so many artists would push back against delusional statements like this that falsely presumes to know how all artists would engage in the process. I know there are people who follow me who enjoy drawing, 3D modeling, animation, and so many more works of art. Tell me in the comments, is this true? Do you find these focuses on detail tedious, or do you value them within the process?
Now, SK, if you weren't so hellbent on your perception of me and gave even the slightest bit of good faith, you would have came at my comment as it being exaggeratory. And again, I fully admit that I shouldn't have said everybody. Maybe I should have been more clear about that. But you know, as this smart individual that you seem to be, right? Surely you could throw a little bit of good faith and tackle it from that angle. But do you do that? Yeah, no, you never do that in this video. But that's besides the point, right? Let us take...
Well, again, it's like, how are people supposed to take shit at good faith when you edit a YouTube video? It's like, you should have spot this mistake ahead of time. And you should have corrected yourself. It's like... people make mistakes every now and then, and there's nothing wrong with making mistakes, but, you know, like, you can't then get mad when people criticize your mistake.
Get back to our dear audience. So yes, people that indulge in all the things that SK just mentioned, and art in general. Surely everybody in this comment section will agree that there is no part of being an artist that's tedious, right? Surely there's not people that are gonna agree with that, right? You know, I'm sure if we asked most open world designers who mostly use procedural generation, if they find certain parts of their open world to be tedious to design, I'm sure all of them would say, no, we love every inch, every ounce of the project. We poured our heart and souls into every ounce of... yeah. We were filled with glee. The entire part of the...
Have you heard of Project Reignition? I've heard of it, I just haven't tried it. Any opinion on Souls-likes? I like Souls-likes. I've beaten Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 more times than I can count. And I've even beaten Elden Ring a couple of times. Yeah, for the most part, I really want to try Bloodborne. I've been trying to get that working on the PC. I just never get round to doing it.
Process. Which is why there's so many developers that point out the fucking struggles that they go through in developing games because of hardships, like fixing bugs, or again, trying to fix literally every bit of detail, every tree, every rock, every pebble, every cloud, every flower. Like, bro, this is just, it's delusion.
Care to show an example? That's a nice argument, Senator. Why don't you back it up with a source? My source is that I made it the fuck up.
And insanity to not even try and comprehend what I'm saying or try and understand what I want to get at. It's like, no, that's why they use procedural generation, even before AI became as advanced as it is now and as made.
Hard work isn't supposed to be happy. Yeah, well, he's unemployed. Like, how would he know? Like, what? Like, work is bullshit. Like, you're not supposed to enjoy work. And if you do enjoy work, you are very lucky.
I enjoy work.
Do you play JRPGs? Certainly do. I play Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest 8 is probably my favorite game of all time, I'll be honest. There are very few games that I would consider masterpieces, but that game, 100% a masterpiece.
As it is now. Developers use procedural generation to mitigate that kind of tedious thing.
Well, this is likely done because people are put on a timetable to meet company deadlines. That doesn't mean people would ideally take this approach. Some people would prefer to spend more time making these environments as detailed as possible, but are restrained by the time given by these companies.
Apparently Rifty does have a job. Yeah, sitting on his ass making YouTube videos.
While it's not impossible that some would rather...
And I want to point out as well, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, being a YouTuber full-time, like, go for it, but... like, there's also nothing wrong with getting a Saturday job or getting a weekend job to, like, get additional income.
the quicker routes if it were up to them, it's still illogical to assume that everyone would want to take this approach just because nobody cares about making these environments more detailed or less formulaic.
Again, I get it. I can understand why you have a problem with my phrasing of me saying everybody. I completely understand that. I also know it's possible for people to give good faith and assume a mistake was made, like you have done with many people that you don't exactly have a strong opinion on. But when it comes to people you don't like, SK, good faith is off the table. And again, it is...
I mean, then again, would you give good faith to, like, arachnid youth at this point? Like, someone who's been caught lying multiple times? Like, would you consider giving good faith to, like, Synthetic Man? Or some of the people that I've dealt with in the past? You just got Final Fantasy VII on the Switch, too. It's beautiful. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII is a game that I've heard very good things about. It's like the fan favorite of the game, the fan favorite of the series. Hey, Curbstar, do you play Kirby? Kirby's not really my thing, I'll be honest. Sorry.
To me that he doesn't even consider that my phrasing could be exaggeratory. But AI makes that...
Kirby's a platformer, right? I don't even... I genuinely have never played a Kirby game before.
Even more easy and even quicker because you could, let's say...
The only Nintendo series that I've really delved into was Pokemon and Mario. Rift, how bad do you think Jack Kentner's response to this video is? Couldn't give a shit whether he lives or dies, I'll be honest. Like, I have no interactions with that person whatsoever. I wish him the best I wish him the best in life, but I do not know the guy personally, and he doesn't know me personally. Like, he's not my problem.
You make 5 different tree models, like an artist does that, and then gives it to an AI.
Ooh, Rift, what's your favorite Monster Hunter game? Oh, that's hard. It's between the newer ones. Like, I like Monster Hunter World. That's also a near-perfect game. Monster Hunter Rise is also pretty fun, and Monster Hunter Wilds is actually pretty fun now, to be fair. Rift, how's your life? Shit, but, you know, there's the good things in life, and that's what matters. Life is 80% shit, but the 20% is what you need to focus on.
Let's look at their work, and then the AI can go in and, you know, kind of match the art style and match the vibe of the trees that you did, and then make multiple different variations of that for you to then go and procedurally generate that throughout an open world. It's like, why should we be mad at them for speeding up development and just, you know, really not bothering or really caring that much with very tedious things?
This is another premise worth tackling. Speed does not inherently mean good or bad. It's simply a description of the process. Speed can
never
lead
tried
to
Monster Hunter
projects,
Stories.
inauthentic projects, or an overall...
And as for survival horror, I'd probably say Amnesia.
AI to speeding up the process is completely disingenuous, because there's more to the issue than just speed. The issue with generative AI is that it leads to inauthentic art, while also opening the door for exploiting humans if it can replicate their faces and voices.
Yeah, thank you again, SK, for pointing out that AI can be used...
What's your main on Monster Hunter? I mean, it depends on the game. If it's Monster Hunter World, it's the Great Sword. If it's Monster Hunter Wilds, it's the if it's Wilds, it's Dual Blades, or Gun Lance. And if it's Monster Hunter Rise, it's the Longsword. I'm a bit of a basic bitch when it comes to weapons, I'll be honest, but... I like using the Gun Lance in the frickin', in Wilds, because you can just sit in front of monsters and just take any attack and just dish it right back at them. It's very satisfying.
In bad ways. Anyways, I'm not belittling...
It's the ultimate disrespect build.
I literally gave an example of how it could be used in a good way, because, you know, that's the point of the video. It's not always all bad. And then you go, well, this is disingenuous because it can actually be used in a bad way. It's like, thank you, you fucking genius. You've really opened my third eye.
Which is something Colin also defends in the video.
Yes, I do indeed defend inauthentic quote-unquote art. I don't do it on all fronts, but I do it in cases where I don't think it's a problem. You know, like the cases I mentioned in this video.
Well, again, it's like, what about the cases where it is a problem, though? It's like, you can't just ignore it, you know? It's all good, I'll support you with the hunting horn and buff the squad with live and learn. Oh, that would be amazing. Imagine if you could mod Sonic games into the Sonic songs with the hunting horn. Just like have Undefeatable playing with the hunting horn. That'd be sick. Are there rapiers in Monster Hunter? There's katanas and then there's like sword and shield and dual blades, which are basically Wolverine claws.
art isn't inherently a problem. If someone is using AI generation and then they go in and change things and make their own edits, or use AI to give themselves a reference for something, or to visualize an idea that they have, because some people work visually, like they work better visually. These are cases where I do defend this, and I'm literally going to say, like, not even 5 minutes later in the video, that I do think it is okay for you to criticize fully AI generated art pieces or art direction. And you also want to talk about someone being disingenuous. Boy, I can't wait till we get to the part of the video where I do talk about replicating voices. And another thing about AI that I've learned myself using it, like I said in my clothing brand video where I used AI to get model photo shoots for my clothing to use as pictures on my website, because I don't have the resources to do that kind of thing. Like, I don't have the...
I love him getting roasted just looking at the fucking comments. I've lost faith in you being a reasonable human being. That's amazing.
resources to pay a model or go do a photo shoot.
1. Get a job. 2. Take a photo of yourself wearing these outfits. You have a high-quality camera in your pocket, and you have access to these shirts. But I suppose that's too much effort, so we gotta resort to replicating people's faces to compensate for your lack of work ethic. I understand that employment may be offensive to you, and I'm very sorry that offends you. But we all gotta develop a work ethic.
Well, the funny thing is, though, is that you don't have to do either. Like, you can, like, on merch page, for example, when you're creating your art, you can literally just, like, show the artwork. Like, you don't have to take a photo of you modeling it, and you also don't have to use AI. Like, you can just use the default option. Like, yeah, it doesn't look as good, but it's still an option available to you.
Some points.
There is no fucking way we are still dragging the job joke almost a year later, right? Like it was not
I mean, you still haven't got a job, so yeah, people are still gonna do it, my guy.
Funny then, and it is still not funny now. Brother, oh my god. For those of you unaware, there was a meme, if you can even call it that, called #Colin Get a Job. After I put a community post up, after my car's engine broke, which mind you, I paid in full, like 2 months after it happened.
Yeah, you also went to Reddit to get mods for your car.
You know.
Oh, and you also broke the law by speeding it down highways at, like, what was it? 120 miles per hour, did he say? Which he himself admitted.
Job. The same job that I used to buy the car, where I simply asked, hey, if anyone would like to support me through a tough time, I would really appreciate it. And then they wanted to turn this into a whole narrative of, oh, Colin's e-begging for his fans to give him money.
Well, again, it's like, no one else does this shit, though. It's like, people who hire jobs don't beg people for cash. Like, it is what it is. And at the end of the day, it's like, you could have worked weekends. You could have worked, like, 2 days a week and gotten yourself, like, what? Between 5 and 10 between 5 and 10,000 more dollars a year, which actually would have been enough money to pay for his car, funnily enough. Like,
it's overtime as well, depending on what job you have.
Like, we literally did the maths at the time. Like, if he worked 2 days a week for the last 5 years, he would have had easily enough money to buy a second car, let alone to cover the expenses of the engine damage.
Blah, 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 when, again, that is largely exaggerated. And speaking of disingenuous...
I feel like you should have made this into a full response video, because I feel like you've responded to chat more than the video. Yeah, that's called live streams. I liked responding to my chat because they are the reason I am here where I am now. Because I would be nothing without my chat. I would be nothing without my viewers or my community. I would be a dead channel. So yes, I will indeed interact with you humans whenever I can.
People. SK himself also ran with a shit ton of misinformation even after it was corrected. For example, someone spread a lie that my car's engine broke because that I followed advice from someone on Reddit about how to mod my car when my car was literally worked on by a professional. Besides the point, now that context has been given, and also, if you do want a life update on me, SK, I currently work 2 jobs and make $50,000 a year and started a clothing brand that generates me money. And all of those jobs are me working for myself and working for my own schedule. I'd say I'm doing pretty decently for a 22-year-old. But as...
Wait, what was that shit?
Jobs are me working for myself and working for my own schedule. I'd say I'm doing pretty decent.
Using an average statistics. Okay.
decently for a 22-year-old. But as for the point about me taking photos of myself with my clothing, I don't know if you even glanced at the website, but I have literally almost 100 different products that you can buy. That costs a lot of money, SK, if I was to buy all of that. It's also not easy at all for me on my iPhone to get good-looking photo shoots. It is a better option for me to use AI in this situation. And I'm also currently in the process of slowly ordering a lot of my clothing so that I can eventually try and do that. But like I said in my clothing brand video, if people would like to send me pictures of themselves wearing my clothes, if they are good photos, I would love to use them on the website. And you might be asking like, oh, don't you have friends or family that can do this? No, I actually only have like 3 close friends in real life because I don't fuck with a lot of people. All of those people are
Show us the evidence, lol. Well, again, it's like, there's nothing wrong with being self-employed, but at the same time, like, there's no surprise that he really acts like this shit, because it's like, I feel like going out and getting a job is important, not only to develop social skills, but also to potentially develop friends and life skills, you know? And discipline and things of that nature. But it's like, you know, evidently, like, ideally, so you don't turn into Colin, someone who said, yeah, I would hire a fucking robot to do all my chores if I could.
working basically every day, and all of my family members, except for my mother and my sister, live like an hour away from me, and my mother and my sister are both working every day. In the case of my mom, she's basically never home, and I also do not want to spend a bunch of money in a short time ordering a bunch of my clothes because that costs a lot of money, and I'm not willing to take that risk just yet. I literally just started this brand. But in doing—
Sorry to be that guy, but I believe Colin. I mean, there's nothing wrong with believing Colin, but like, he's lied before. It's kind of difficult to believe him now. And at the end of the day, it's like he's unironically flexing at doing the thing that literally everyone does. Like, you're literally flexing that you have a job. It's like, mate, so does, like, everyone. Like, I don't know, dude.
That an AI can never really get you—
Congratulations, you have finally caught up with the rest of us. Also, Angelica, that is a very Fuck, I literally fucked up my own compliment. Good job, me. Angelica, that is a very angelic name. And I've never met someone called Angelica before. It is very good to have you here. How are you doing?
Want fully.
Yeah, it can.
Can you tell why I'm single? Fucking useless at flirting.
Companies that care less about quality—
Useless at complimenting people. I mean, I can't even look in a mirror without it cracking.
Or about opportunity for profits.
You cannot be so stupid to not see the blatant contradiction in that sentence. So AI can get you exactly what you want, but
also, question, who develops a freaking building that looks like this? Responding to the chat more than the video? Dude, fucking get out. Like, if it's pissing you off that much, like, everyone else doesn't have a problem with it, why do you? Like, genuinely, what do you think a live stream is? I'm gonna respond to chat. Like, if that's such a problem, get out. Like, you don't have to be here. Your time is precious.
And they are also willing to accept lower quality. Are you fucking dumb? Like, what?
You're not just wrong, you're stupid.
If they could just make AI slop instead of hiring creators, and they don't care about creating refined work because, well, nobody wants to do that tedious work, then they can still achieve the profit they want. And as long as people like you—
Like, I'm sorry, I don't know how many more times I need to point it out to you, like— Can you look at the comment I made prior? You proved my point. If you made this into a proper response video, you'd primarily respond to the points and not drag into the vid. Again, like, by all means, you do that. Like, I'm perfectly happy doing what works for me. Like, if you want to do that, you go for it, my guy.
With the use of AI in art, they will continue to rely on it as it advances more and more.
People like me, huh? You mean the person in this video that literally said
That's like being a teacher and telling kids to just read the book. I know, right? Hey, DW17, hello. Are you Megatron? Fairly certain— oh no, that's D16, my bad. Would you agree that AI should be an assist tool for minuscule tasks like file management? I agree that it should be a tool for, like, even big tasks, but it should never replace, like, human, it should never replace, humans. I think that's where I draw the line.
Don't support the slop part of AI. Also, I have no—
like, yeah, by all means, like, use, like, AI to make shit, but, like, don't rely on it. And also, don't replace other humans, because that's fucked.
Problem with people not wanting to support AI, and if companies decide to...
What's the problem with Colin being antisocial? I mean, there's not an issue with being antisocial, but when you're, like, being toxic or what have you, or being a complete numbskull, like, yeah, you probably need some fresh air. Like, I don't know.
Do this, and people want to vote with their wallets if the quality isn't good, they are more than welcome to do so. And I'm sorry that you are so misinformed on this fucking topic that you seem to be so confident in talking about, but you very clearly have not even remotely tried to use AI. I have used AI to give me certain visuals that I want to try and get for ideas that I have, just to see what something would look like. And in 90% of cases, whether it's a YouTube thumbnail, or a drawing, or a design for some of my clothes, that I want to test in certain variations, without having to spend 2 hours or 3 hours or numerous hours to try and see what a variation would look like. Anytime I try and ask AI to help me with this, it can never get me what I want. It is always something worse than what I want, and it can—
Well, again, like, if that's the case, don't use AI. Like, just make it yourself. Like, I don't know. Like, the answer is kind of right in front of you.
not fulfill my vision. And I've tried literally every single one of the top AI softwares that are currently on the market for consumer use. And another thing that a lot of people don't seem to understand about AI is that yes, it is going to continue to advance, but AI is so resource intensive and costs so much money that it is eventually going to crash and burn. I can say with 90% certainty—
Okay, well, this is the thing, right? If AI is going to crash and burn, why would you not just not use it now? Like, teach yourself life skills now so you're prepared for when AI sinks like the Titanic. Like, that makes sense to me, at least. Like, I don't know, like, based on how I make YouTube videos, for example, I'm not gonna notice if AI disappears. Like, I don't know, it's maybe a me thing, I guess. Maybe I'm in the wrong there, but
that in the next probably 5 years, AI is going to hit a peak where it's super advanced. And when it gets to that point, companies and, governments around the world are really going to see, especially with the environmental impacts, that AI is not something that is sustainable. I think it's always going to be around.
Okay, so why, again, like, why are you so hell-bent on defending something that isn't sustainable? That doesn't seem like a good idea.
The rest of our lives. But again, I can probably say with 90% certainty that companies are never going to reach a point where they can completely rely on it. And hell, if I'm wrong, then come back to this video in 5 years and, tell me I'm wrong. But you just have very clearly not looked into AI at all. Like, genuinely, I guarantee you have only done, like, surface amount of research. And again, for all this talk about, oh, they don't care, like, the companies aren't gonna care.
Well, again, it's like, I think they're both right to an extent, where it's like, I think that Colin is right when it comes to, like, AI isn't always bad. But it's like, he himself admits that, like, yeah, AI can't, get you what you want all the time. And also, AI isn't sustainable, which kind of begs the question, why is he defending it then? And I don't think SK is in the wrong either. It's like, yeah, AI has a shit ton of negative applications in real life. In the UK especially, like, there are entire court cases that are fabricated because of AI. And it's a problem. Like, I agree with both of them, but it's becoming really difficult to take Colin seriously when he says shit like, oh yeah, AI isn't that bad, but also AI isn't sustainable. AI can't do the thing you want it to do. Like, it's really hard to take him seriously, I'll be honest.
About refined work. It's like, you say that, but when they do produce slop, watch what happens to their wallets. And I do just want to reiterate that again, yes, AI can make good looking things, and it will continue to advance and make even better looking things. But the way that AI works is that it needs human input to function, not just in iterating on what it creates.
Okay, so if AI needs human input to function, why are you supportive of the idea that AI can replace human jobs? Also, I swear down, you just contradicted yourself as well, because in the previous video you were like, oh, people saying that things are AI slop, they need to relax, but now you're saying, oh, if people release AI slop, that's their own fault. But it's like, that's literally the criticisms that other people give, and that you tried invalidating in the previous video. I don't know, like, he's kind of just debunking himself at this point.
but in how it creates it to begin with. For example, if I was to ask an AI to make me a blonde-haired woman with, I don't know, glasses, sitting on a bench, it would use the data that it has in its memory to...
Also, couldn't you just fucking Google that shit? Like, genuinely, couldn't you Google... Hang on, chat, let's actually test this theory now. Google images, right? Blonde-haired woman with... glasses on bench. Oh, fuck, hold on. Hey chat, look at that shit. We don't even need AI. Google is all you need. Like, look at this shit. Are you kidding me? Like, you don't even know... Okay, I'm hoping that a pedophile didn't make that caption. Okay, but you see what I mean, right? He's like, oh, AI can do this shit. It's like, Google can do it! What?
Pull from those references and make me an image based off of those references. People think that AI art is stealing from other artists.
You play Bloons as well? Yeah, dude, I am very much a child at heart. I love Bloons.
It is taking references.
Bloons is amazing. Also, me and Echo play Bloons, and we make the game racist. It's pretty funny.
From its memory bank.
You kind of gotta be there to see it. I don't know.
Way that another artist would search up something on Google for...
Yeah, Bloons is like one of the best games ever. Yeah, I know, right?
Draw and do their own thing with it. That is essentially what AI does. It cannot innovate, and it cannot completely...
Google the original AI, lol. Do you play Fallout? I don't know. I don't know what it is about Bethesda games, but like Fallout, Skyrim... the fuck's the other one again? There's like another solo game. Skyrim and Fallout, I just don't play. How racist? Let's just put it to you this way. I cannot be trusted to use the monkey farm. Or the banana farm. I cannot be trusted to use that shit.
Vision that someone has.
Racism is bad. I mean, yeah, no fucking shit. But like, you know, it is what it is. Dark humor. I have dark humor.
When it comes to high skill things, because obviously AI is going to reach a point where it definitely can replace very low skill entry level things. Hell, it already has, which is why companies like Ubisoft and EA have started investing so much in AI. But
two of the shittest companies in gaming, I'm gonna be honest. Oh yeah, like Ubisoft and EA. Also, it's funny that he mentions Ubisoft because Ubisoft has literally gone downhill since 2022. Like, that is hilarious. He's like, oh yeah, AI's okay, because look at this company that's going in the toilet. I'm actually kind of curious. Let's Google this. Ubisoft stock falling. Oh, surprisingly, it's not too bad at the moment, but... Yeah, there was an article. I think it's this thing that the company's share price has dropped 95% in total over the past 8 years. Bruh, how do you even do that shit? But yeah, like, fantastic example, Colin. Like, Ubisoft is...
Despite how good AI already...
We have to take back what I said about you being similar to Sonic, because you're more similar to Shadow. Nah, fuck that, I can do a Sonic voice. 100% I'm more like Sonic.
There's a very big reason why they will never be firing all of their developers, their artists, their combat designers, their programmers, because they know that in order for a vision to be fulfilled at a very high level, there needs to be human input and human skill. And if they want to fire people and make AI slop, then yes, while it can be bad that people can be fired for positions such as artists, which does require a lot of skill for companies just, you know, settling with the slop, then again, the companies are going to learn that this shit is not going to slide with consumers. I do think...
Well, again, it's like, so why are you defending it? Like, in the previous video, you were like, oh yeah, if AI can replace your job isn't that important. Oh yeah, like, the importance of a job is inherently subjective. It's like, yeah, no shit, consumers aren't gonna like that. It's like, why did you try to defend that in the previous video?
Well, I'd love to see AI make blinds.
To be worried that companies will settle with this, it's good enough mentality, but it's really no different from technology advancing in the past to begin with.
I wonder what would happen if AI tried making Bloons Tower Defense 5. I could make that game so cursed so fast.
Yeah.
I could make that game so cursed. Black Superman uses heat vision on airship.
You know, clothing and stuff used to be made by hand, and that was a job that a lot of people lost once, you know, technology advanced. And you can see this.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Jobs in the past. When technology advanced, some jobs do become harder to, not only harder to get, but they also...
Shout, I've just realized something. Imagine if I tried making a Spider-Man game with AI. Grown man shooting sticky stuff in the faces of grown men. Boop. Like,
yeah, that's...
Chat, me and AI, now that is a recipe you do not want to see. Imagine if AI took all of the random suspicious shit I've said over the years and makes it reality.
Turns it into a game. Fucking hell. That'd be terrifying.
Like, chat, imagine if AI, like, unironically could do that. That would be insane. Not in a good way.
This might become obsolete in general.
It would look like a Spider-Man mobile game. I know, right?
To art specifically with AI, it becomes more of a thing of like raising the skill cap for artists as opposed to diminishing them entirely. But just because people can lose job opportunities, that doesn't mean that AI should just...
Hang on, how the hell is there a skill gap for artists? Like, art is inherently subjective, like, what? There is no barometer for art. Are you kidding me?
Abolished, and anybody who supports it is wrong. Because again, even though there is bad that can come from it, there's a lot of good that can come from it too. And overall, I think as we go along, companies are going to learn that AI is used better as a tool when it comes to quality products than it is as a replacement. And another thing that...
Okay, so why are you talking about AI slop like 2 minutes ago then? Like, how can something be AI slop but also a quality product? That quite literally is a contradiction.
That SK is literally just fear-mongering and trying to appeal to emotion instead of actually knowing what he's
That's not true. If it was true, we wouldn't have schools for it. Well, yeah, but schools are dickheads. Like, schools don't teach you shit. School teaches you how to pass exams. School does not teach you the real world. Like, that is the truth of it. Like, school does not teach you shit. I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, there is very few things that have helped me in the real world that I learnt in school.
Oh, I don't think there was anything in school that I've, well, quote-unquote, learned that's helped me in the real world.
And that's the reality of the situation. School teaches you how to pass exams. It doesn't teach you shit in real life. Aside from, like, business class, for example, or IT. Like, it teaches you a couple of life lessons, but that's about it.
About is a simple case that unemployment in this industry has been basically the same rate ever since 2022.
Wait, what was this shit?
That SK is literally just fear-mongering and trying to appeal to emotion instead of actually knowing what he's talking about. Is a simple case that unemployment in this industry has been basically the same rate ever since 2022 when AI first started to get advanced and pretty big. The fucking pandemic made more artists lose their job than AI. The average unemployment rate for the past 3 years is 4.94%, and if you compare the two other workforces, it's either basically the same or a lot better, and this doesn't even take into account the...
I feel like when you're comparing a global fucking pandemic to AI, I feel like you've lost the argument. Like, the fact that we're even doing that should show a problem here. I don't know, like... And again, it's like, he even says it himself, AI isn't that advanced yet. It's like, okay, what are the unemployment figures going to be like when AI does get advanced? Are you going to talk about that?
Artists that are just doing things on their own. People who produce music on their own. People who, you know, just draw on their own. People who make games.
That's like saying, oh yeah, shoplifting... That's like saying, oh yeah, shoplifting's pretty bad, but compared to the Holocaust, shoplifting's actually really good. It's like, yeah, when you compare it to a massive outlier and a massive extreme, yeah, no shit, it's gonna look good by comparison.
On their own. People who do YouTube. Like, you have actually zero data backing up what you're claiming, other than, oh, well, guys, I read this article that said that people are gonna lose jobs and people are losing jobs, when the unemployment rate's...
I mean, I literally showed an article in my video. Since 2020, in 2025 alone, like 20,000 people lost their jobs in America. Or like 20,000 jobs became displaced or whatever. It's like, imagine if that statistic keeps growing. Hey, Ramsey, how you doing? Gordon Ramsay is in the chat.
Quite literally prove that you are exaggerating.
And when that happens, you better not hope someone impersonates you on the phone and lures your family into—
Well, again, this is the thing. It's like, SK literally says when it happens. It's like, SK isn't saying that it's gonna happen now. But it may happen in the future, and you do need to acknowledge that. I think I'm gonna dip. It's been fun. Bye. Yeah, no worries, dude. It's been good having you here. I know we've disagreed on a few things, but that's what makes the world go round. Talking about disagreements and things. Speaking of COVID, Riff, did you get it? Oh, I got it. I got COVID quite a few times. Yeah, COVID fucked me up, yeah. It took me ages to get it. Like, I don't think I got COVID until 2021, like a whole year after the pandemic, but like, I got it like rapid after that.
To a scam or a trap as a result.
Yeah, and if one of my family members died as a result of a gun, I wouldn't immediately go, ban all guns. Guns are bad. It can definitely...
I'm sorry. We need to listen to that again. And maybe another time for good luck.
Yeah, and if one of my family members died as a result of a gun, I wouldn't immediately go, ban all guns. Guns are bad.
Not hope someone impersonates you on the phone and lures your family into a scam or a trap as a result.
Yeah, and if one of my family members died as a result of a gun, I wouldn't immediately go, ban all guns. Guns are bad.
Not hope someone impersonates you on the phone and lures your family into a scam or a trap as a result.
Yeah, and if one of my family members died as a result of a gun, I wouldn't immediately go, ban all guns. Guns are bad. It can definitely...
So a family member literally dying isn't enough to shift your perspective on something. You're an idiot, man. I'm sorry.
Visualize something for you and give you something close to what you want, but it's not really...
Not only was that a very stupid, like, comparison, but also it's so dumb. Like, I'm sorry, but if someone in your family was killed with a weapon and you didn't immediately hate that weapon and want it banned, so that that never happens to your family or anyone else's again, I'm sorry, but you're an asshole. Like, Second Amendment to one side for a minute, this is just basic human decency.
As advanced yet, to the point where a human doesn't need to go in and really just manually edit something that an AI makes to fulfill their vision. But that still makes...
Like, put the Second Amendment to one side and you look at this with common sense. Like...
Give you something close to what you want, but it's not really as advanced yet, to the point where a human doesn't need to go in and really just manually edit...
Like, I know that there are some people in chat that are very passionate about, like, America. Like, Second Amendment, like, having guns to defend themselves. Like, I totally get that, right? Even if it's foreign to me as someone who lives in a country where guns are banned, unless you have a license for them. Like... I didn't think it'd be taken that seriously, I know, right? Wow. That's ridiculous. I think that's one of the most insensitive things I've heard anyone say.
Something that an AI makes to fulfill their vision. But that still makes your job as a creative a lot easier and faster.
So...
Like, I'm sorry, but if I lost a family member due to cancer or something, I wouldn't, like, immediately say, oh, cancer's not too bad, to be honest. I'm probably never gonna get it, so it's fine. Like, no, like, cancel me if I ever said that unironically. Fuck my life.
Let's break down the pros and cons here. The only pros Colin has mentioned is that it's faster so he can be lazier.
Yeah, because speeding up the creative process and helping out in a big way other than just speed, whether it be inspiration, overlooks, visualization...
Well, what's inspirational about using AI? Like, genuinely? Like, I feel like inspirational would be like someone's own art, right? Or someone's own creation. Like, I feel like that would be more inspirational, to be honest.
Having the AI handle repetitive and tedious things that you seem to think just doesn't exist, even though it's a massive intrusion and headache for the creative process, which, mind you, will also help with crunch time for developers, or, you know, things like what I'm about to mention, helping small developers with not very many resources achieve something close to what they want. Yeah, that's just, nah, it's just...
Comparing cancer to a tool for defense is wild. You didn't understand the point I made, my guy.
It's just, I just want to be...
You are not... It's Icicle, mate. You are not here for a valid argument or a actual, like... You are not here to understand the context and the conversation. You're just here to be a contrarian. You did not listen to the point I made, my guy. Colin unironically said, yeah, if one of his family members got gunned down, he wouldn't change his opinion on guns being needed in society. Like, Solaris, I gotta be honest, I'm not agreeing with you here. Yeah, you don't fucking have to. Like, you don't have to bend over backwards and present your arsehole to me. Like, you're allowed to have a different opinion.
Lazy. That's why. It's like, what are you even talking about?
Okay, but what are the
I hate gravity because it killed my friend. That's a false equivalency and you know it.
Well, like I said, generative AI has countless exploitative applications. You can impersonate people, make it difficult for the court to determine which evidence is real or AI generated, create dangerous...
You can't ban laws of physics, but you can ban firearms. Like, that's automatically a false equivalency, my friend.
Scams or entrapments, create propaganda, cause countless artists...
I mean, you can ban laws of physics if you live in fucking fairyland.
Lose their jobs, and probably a ton more that I'm missing at the top of my head. Apparently...
I mean, if someone has a gun and you don't, what does that make you? It makes me have the moral high ground.
Because some processes can move...
Because I didn't need a gun to intimidate someone, assuming that I am even going to intimidate someone to begin with. Your argument was not that you have to want to ban it, but that you should hate it. Well, yeah, if someone walked into your house and shot your family member, you should probably hate guns after that. Like, are you kidding me? That thing literally took a family member from you, and you're unironically gonna look me in the eye and say, yeah, and guns are not too bad, to be honest.
Faster with the use of AI.
You also can't control cancer. Chemotherapy, next argument. Chemotherapy, radiotherapy, next argument. You literally can beat cancer, like, are you kidding me?
Even though it's not at all necessary, it's worth the many damaging outcomes that it would have on society if it gets continuously enabled and advanced enough.
Like, I know that you guys don't have free healthcare in America, but fuck my life. Like, I thought this was common knowledge that you can survive cancer.
To pull off exactly what I've outlined, all through commands you type on a computer, and this is just to compensate for the fact that you're too lazy to do what you deem as tedious, something that you've illogically projected onto every artist out there.
I don't know what's more illogical, not being able to give an ounce of good faith on phrasing that may be exaggeratory, and also assuming that many creators don't deal with very mundane, tedious...
Chemo isn't a cure, it's a treatment. Potato, patata, you know exactly what I mean.
Really repetitive things in their job, and then just assuming that I'm saying all of this...
Like, seriously, please don't tone police, you know exactly what I mean.
Because I'm projecting because I myself am lazy. I think if anybody's projecting here, it's your feelings about me because you do not like me instead of actually listening to what I'm saying. I don't think you understand how helpful it can be, especially for people with not a lot of resources and working for themselves, to have AI help them with productivity, spending less money on things, helping...
Tell me how many people survive cancer on a daily basis. I mean, I don't know what you want from me, dude. Like, it is possible to survive cancer. Like, I don't know. And for the people who and for the unlucky fuckers who succumb to cancer and eventually pass away, like, yeah, I would hate cancer. If it took a family member of mine, like, a member of my family passed away from, like, dementia. It's like, are you unironically expecting me to not hate dementia because it took a family member? Like, no, I don't think it's an issue for people to, like, raise money for charity. To raise money for research endeavors to treat these diseases.
think of ideas, help them do A and B testing, and basically everything I just mentioned, it stretches farther than just the entertainment industry. This can be helpful for many different businesses. It can help small businesses with very little marketing experience and no marketing budget, help them create marketing strategies or ad creatives, or in my case for my clothing brand, I can make model photo shoots without having the resources to actually do that currently. Is it something that I could do eventually? Yes. Everything I mentioned, just like you said, yes, it does not require AI, but it makes people's lives so much easier. And you downplaying that as laziness is just as disingenuous as how you're trying to make me sound. And another thing you also seem to not understand is that generative AI is not just, oh, you're recreating people's faces.
Mr. DeWarp, a relative on my uncle's side of the family was killed by a gun years ago. The mother's kids were devastated. Still are devastated. I fucking hate guns. Yeah, it's stupid. I mean, you can also survive bullets. What's your point? Okay, if you were hospitalized because someone shot you, like, yeah, you should probably hate guns. Or at the very least, you should very much hate the idea of gun crime. Which would only be possible because of guns.
You're recreating people's voices. Generative AI is also, you can make things like diet plans for yourself, workout plans for yourself. You know, things that people used to have to pay for when they really shouldn't have. It can give all that to you and it'll be better than something you'll just...
I'm not saying you don't have the right to hate something. I'm saying trying to deny something just because you hate it is complete nonsense. Well, again, what is the reason for hating it? It took a human life. Like, this isn't, like... This isn't a case of me hating an Iron Man suit because I don't like the shade of red. Like, that's a nitpick. The gun crime thing can take a human life. Like, this is very important.
Google. Let's say you have acne, and you give a picture of your face to an AI, it can tell you exactly what kind of acne you have, and exactly what products you should use to treat them. Hell, it can even help teachers...
No, I'm gonna hate the person that shot me. Okay, and why did they shot you? Why did they shoot you? What did they use to hurt you? What crime did they commit that hurt you? Oh wow, it was gun crime. And how did they do that? With the gun. Like, you can't just, like, nitpick like this and cherry pick shit like this.
Lesson plans. There's so many different applications of generative AI that are super helpful to people, not only just big corporations, but also small businesses and people in general in their day-to-day lives. Hell, I don't even know why I forgot to mention this. My car's air conditioner was broken, so I told ChatGPT the symptoms, and it explained to me exactly what I should tell to a mechanic. And lo and behold, the mechanic checked exactly the things that I looked at, and the issue was found quicker. I didn't need to go in there, give my car to the mechanic, have my car sit there, have the mechanic eventually take a look at it. Nope, I went in there.
Is this the... Hang on, is the shit that he's describing when he sped at 120 miles per hour, or is this another thing?
Something to do with his air conditioning breaking.
Again, if we go by that logic, a car can be a deadly weapon. Again, a car is usually a deadly weapon when they are speeding, generally. And again, that's a crime. Like, I don't know what you want from me, my guy. Like, I feel like that's a slippery slope, because literally everything in life can kill you.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Like, even water in high enough densities can kill you. It's like, that's a slippery slope argument, my friend.
I told him, I think this is what's wrong. He looked at it real quick,
like
told me, yeah, that is a problem, and boom, just like that, my life was made easier. And again, I'm just gonna go back to the like, reference...
Like, I want to point out as well, like, this entire argument, like, I think this comes across as very cold on your behalf, because the entire reason that this debate started was because Colin said, yeah, if someone walked into my house and shot my mum, or shot my sister, I would not have an issue with guns. Really? You wouldn't have an issue with the weapon that took your family member's life? That's insane. Like, yeah, by all means, hate the son of a bitch that took their life and fired the trigger, but you should still hate the weapon itself. Or at the very least, you should have a more negative a view of the weapon than you did beforehand.
Of guns and like other dangerous things, like knives.
Like, to me at least, this is common sense. Like, I can't believe we're even discussing this.
Seems like a lot of people just don't have common sense.
Yeah, knives are very dangerous. You know what knives are?
I don't know, maybe it's culture difference, like, that's fair enough. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, like, the reason why I'm so the reason why I'm so against guns is because I live in a country where guns are illegal unless you have a license.
And even then, most guns in the UK that you have a license for are mostly air rifles. I mean, yeah, they can kill.
Well, again, Solaris, answer me this question. What is wrong with the way that the UK do it? Guns are illegal unless you have a license to use one. Why can't America function like that? Because if your country is so unsafe that you need to carry a gun to feel safe, that is a problem with the country.
You're not wrong.
Like, it is what it is. And that is the bottom line. And the same thing can be said for the UK in certain cities. Like, if they are so unsafe that you need to carry a knife, that's a problem. It is what it is. Like, society can indeed function without carrying a pistol in your pocket. Like, that's just the way it is.
Helpful for, but by your logic, due to the fact that people can get stabbed, and that's a very harmful thing, it's just not worth it for people to be able to cut their food, you know? Because you don't really need to cut your food. You know, you can just chew it.
Also, the car example was a shit example, because you do need a license to use a car.
There are gun licenses in America.
There are gun licenses in America? Well, yeah, the problem, though, is that the Second Amendment doesn't exist in the UK. That was the point I was making. Like, it is 100% illegal. Like, even the idea of, like, self-defense with a gun, it's like, that shit is... that is a...
Life in prison.
Yeah, like, even self-defense with a gun in the UK is insane. Like... But then, like, and the same thing can be said for vandalism in the UK. Like, mate, vandalism laws are insane over here. Like, if you try doing what Haley does in Marvel's Spider-Man 2, in London, for example, you're going to prison. Like, those laws are very different. But thank you very much for the $2, Axiom. It means a lot.
Like a fucking animal. Yeah, you fucking lazy piece of shit. Or cars. Cars are very bad for the environment, electric or gas, and they're also the result of a lot of death. But do I even need to explain how useful cars are? Like, it's like saying race cars or fast cars like a hell.
I hear self-defense in the UK is illegal. It's not illegal, but, like, it's not, like, a valid defense unless there's, like, well, it's not a get-out-of-jail-free card, let me put it to you that way.
Or a Lamborghini or a Ferrari. It's like, yeah, nobody needs to go that fast, but guess what? It's fun for people. That's why they exist. You can point out a negative for basically everything.
I live in Brazil, one of the most dangerous places in the world, and guns are banned. Almost 400,000 people die every year. What's your point? That literally isn't an argument in favor of guns not being banned, so I don't know what point you're trying to prove.
Everything. This doesn't mean it needs to be abolished. Doesn't mean it can't.
Like, yeah, congratulations. Like, thousands of people die in the UK as well. What's your point?
Be supported or defended. It's like your standard is super fucked.
Why wouldn't you carry a self-defense weapon? Well, again, why would you need to? Like, if society functioned as it should, then why would you need to carry a self-defense weapon?
Yeah, it shouldn't be, oh, your life versus that. You shouldn't have to have those situations.
Like, if society was functional, you shouldn't have to ask that question. Like, that question shouldn't even be in your head. Like, if you even need to ask the question of, ooh, should I bring my self-defense weapon with me? Like, yeah, that's a problem with society.
Flimsy. And it's particularly disingenuous for you to be like, oh, well, you can only mention these pros. Like, bro, my video is about.
And it's not an issue exclusive to the UK. Like, yeah, there are instances in the UK where that's fucked. The idea that people carry knives with them is bullshit.
Specific part of AI usage. You are being disingenuous by mentioning, oh, you can impersonate people, you can use this in court case. Like
it's a problem all over the world.
Talking about media, I'm not talking about AI in general. You can't sit here and say my video is bad or that I'm making bad points because I don't mention something that my video is not about. And another example I would use is like, let's say some small
Rift, Solaris, what do you think of Batman, the superhero who's anti-guns? Lol. Because society doesn't always work. Okay, then that's a problem with society then. That's not a reason to justify firearms.
Developer wants to make a game with a really good combat system and level design, and they go through, they design the combat system, they design
because at that point the argument becomes the lesser of two evils. It's like, oh wow, assholes exist, but I am becoming an asshole by potentially carrying a weapon and taking someone's life. It's like an eye for an eye, the whole world becomes blind.
Levels themselves, but the levels are just, you know, kind of shapes, like polygons, and they aren't quite skilled enough in other areas.
I don't understand your logic. You're trying to theorize a perfect world, or do you legitimately hate all weapons? Yeah, like, you should not need to carry a weapon. Like, it's bullshit. Like, of all the questions you should ask yourself when getting up in the morning, like, do I need to bring a weapon with me? That is a question I've never had to ask myself, and I don't even live in that good of an area.
In London, there are literally school kids going to school with knives just because they don't feel safe walking.
Yeah, and that's bullshit. That's a problem.
What they do is use generative AI to fill their levels of, you know, undesigned shapes and turn those levels into things that look pretty good visually. Like, in that case, I can see the game being criticized for its art being used, like a big chunk of it being used by AI, especially if, you know, the art doesn't look good, obviously, for the game. But I wouldn't say that the game dev is some talentless hack or that the game is just slop and trash immediately just off that basis.
It's still a lazy practice and results in inauthentically made arts. This is a completely valid reason to dismiss a product. Relying on inauthentic practices is not something people want to enable.
Now, if that developer let the AI do all of the work when it came to the art direction, then yeah, that would be pretty lazy. Again, especially if the AI, like, you know...
Also, I'm just gonna say right now, you acknowledge it's a problem and you expect that I don't do anything to defend myself. Well, again, it's like, an eye for an eye, the whole world becomes blind. It's like, I expect governments to sort that shit out. Because at the end of the day, it's like... I don't understand how society could possibly improve by carrying weapons around. But anyway, this point's gone on long enough. We're dropping this subject matter. We're getting back to the video. Because I'll be honest, I haven't even... Why do nuclear bombs exist? Are you fucking stupid? I'm sorry. The entire world, right? Why did you bring up why did you bring up nuclear bombs? That's such... You literally just won the argument for me. Like, yeah, nuclear bombs are so dog shit. I know, and cause nothing but pain and destruction, so we have all come together and agreed to never use them. Wow.
Generative AI isn't perfect. There is going to be some mess that should be corrected.
And on that note, we're dropping this conversation.
Manually by humans, and if a dev uses generative AI and doesn't really touch anything up, any of the blemishes really, then yeah, that's pretty lazy and they should be criticized for that.
No, using big chunks of it in the first place is lazy because that isn't art direction.
You're telling me it's lazy for a developer who doesn't have resources and doesn't have the skills required to help him complete one aspect of his game, even though he's designed all of the rest of it, the combat, the boss fights, the level design, that's lazy. Sure, okay.
See, now that's some bullshit.
Art direction relies on a creative vision. Typing in prompts to use other people's work is not a creative vision, because AI isn't creative. It replicates what is already...
He lost the argument, he knows. No, I'm recognizing the fact that we have different opinions. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm not gonna have... Like, I'm sorry, I've explained my position very clear, you've explained your position very clear, that's fine. We can agree to disagree and move on. But we're not going to have a dick measuring contest over differences in context. And, like, communities and... Fuck's the word I have in my head? What is that word? The fuck is it? It'll come back to me. Environments, there we go, we'll just use that.
Spoken like someone who literally does not know how AI works. AI uses reference images in the same way that real artists use reference images. If you think of something creatively and prompt that into an AI, you are being creative. In the same way that if I took a Spider-Man suit that I used as a reference and I went and changed that design, I am being creative.
Just how dense can a person be?
I mean, not really though. It kind of just depends. It depends on how much you change, and also it depends on what you use. Let's agree to disagree. Yeah, it's fine. I think that what... I understand, okay, we can disagree. At the end of the day, we know that I am in the right. Are you serious, my guy? Why, like, if we agree to disagree, why are you then going to immediately say, we all know that I'm in the right? Like, are you 5 years old? That is not what agreeing to disagree is. Like, are you fucking serious, my guy? Like, I've literally said, drop the subject matter. Like, and you're still having a dick measuring contest over this. We all know I'm right.
It's also stretches
Oh my
in this
lord.
art direction too, like voice acting. Another pretty contentious thing with AI being used. And to be fair, this can be pretty immoral depending on how it's used.
No. It's immoral, period. You should not be
I can't believe this is the same YouTube who inspired me. I mean, he didn't inspire my channel as a whole, but he inspired my Spider-Man content, at least.
AI to realistically replicate people's voices. Enabling this kind of technology is enabling the opportunity to impersonate anyone with no effort.
Well, again, it's like, I think, like, the entire debate in chat started when Colin unironically said, yeah, if a gun, if someone broke into my house and, like, shot a family member, like, his opinion on guns wouldn't unironically change. It's like, again, maybe this is an example of him just wording it poorly, but, like, I don't know. It's like, never meet your heroes, I know, right? But it's like, yeah, like, my opinion on guns would change, personally. It doesn't matter whether it's, like, a gun, a car, a mental illness, or an illness in general. It's like, it took a life. My opinion on it would change. Doesn't matter what it is.
And pretty much ruin every legal standard of recorded evidence.
Do I need to go back to the reference? Do I need to do this again? Do I need to say the same thing that I've said like 16 different times already? Okay, SK, if it is immoral to train an AI to sound like a person, inherently, right? Just inherently, it doesn't matter any context, right? Because that's what you said, and that's what you're gonna continue to say for the rest of the video. If that's inherently immoral, then I guess it's inherently immoral to manufacture cars, manufacture weapons. I like, you can't, like, oh my god, dude. It is so fucking hilarious to me that people from SK community aren't even gonna watch this.
That sounds like a copyright issue. Using someone else's art and making art of it is not creating your own. I mean, it kind of depends on the context, because, like, obviously with YouTube specifically, there's, like, fair use, where it's like, yeah, I can, like, use someone's video and commentate over it. You know, it kind of just depends on the context. It's like, with YouTube specifically, like, excuse me, copywriting, you know, there are ways around it. But obviously, when it comes to, like, you know, in the entertainment industry or, like, making shit with games, you know, rules apply differently. Odd question, but what kind of Pringles do you like? That is a good question. Sour cream and onion, I gotta be honest. I like them.
Or my responses to this point, and I'm gonna get fucking hate comments.
I like the spicy sour cream and onion. Like, I don't know when they became a thing, but I've started seeing them in shops, and, like, the spicy sour cream and onion are so nice.
These are the dumbest fucking points you could actually think of. Like, it is so fucking funny to me.
What are SK and Colin debating? Whether AI in media is good or bad.
Imagine if you record evidence of someone being abusive, or an admission of a crime, and it gets dismissed because they can't tell if it's real or AI generated. Thanks so much, generative AI. I'm so happy with your contributions to society.
Like, if someone is paid a small amount and their voice is used a large amount in, like, a project by AI without their knowledge, or if the company wasn't really transparent
I've never had cheese and onion Pringles, I gotta be honest. I've never found them. I've genuinely never found cheese and onion Pringles, but they sound nice. I like cheese and onion crisps. Sup, Rift, how you being? Hey, Eddie, how you doing, buddy? It's good to have you here.
they're going to use it, then, like, yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
You're not making a distinction between an ethical use of generative AI voices versus an unethical use. You're just highlighting a worse way to use it.
You are actually fucking brain dead. Holy... What the fuck do you mean I didn't make a distinction? I just pointed out that if a company is misleading with how they are going to use your voice when you train their AI, that is unethical. What the fuck do you mean I didn't make a distinction? And in the next 5 seconds, I'm literally going to provide another example of when it's done good. And most of the time, AI voice acting is not good. But, you know...
I don't agree with most of the things Colin says about AI in his original video. I think it was bad, but SK is unable to logically argue his points without sounding like an angry ex-wife. I mean... to an extent, I can relate to that, because, like, if you have, like, a personal connection with someone, right, and then, like, they're saying you know, controversial things on a topic that you're very passionate about, I mean, you're not gonna sound 100% neutral. Like, I don't know.
Humans can also sound really bad too.
Goodbye, sir. I will not even dignify.
I get what you mean, though. Like, like, he was being, like, emotional, was SK, in the same way that I was being emotional. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with being emotional as long as what you say is facts.
That argument with a response.
But when it comes to like small voice lines, like AI can do that. Like it's not gonna sound bad all the time. Like if you
Don't take it personal, stay positive.
You know, any great voice acting, like, you know, something like God of War, The Last of Us, just games I'm naming off the top of my head. Like, an AI cannot replicate that.
And if it could, what then? Are you still gonna defend it when people feed AI with your information and easily exploit it? You are a fool if you don't see the issue here.
Well, first of all, if someone programs an AI to use my voice, then yes, that would be unethical and a problem. Didn't say the opposite. And this motherfucker just pulled the fucking Twitter meme. Literally what happened there was, I said I like pancakes, and SK said, so does that mean you hate waffles? I said that an AI can't replicate phenomenal voice acting, and bro goes,
hey, Hades, how you doing, buddy?
If it could, are you gonna defend it? That they're stealing your information and using stuff without your consent? Like, what the fuck are we even talking about? If you're great at your job, an AI really cannot do what you can do.
Do you still like Spider-Man 2 and Insomniac? It seems like everyone turned around on them. I think Spider-Man 2 has good gameplay, but like the story, I don't really like as much anymore. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like the pacing of the game, but I don't know. I don't really like replaying Spider-Man 2. From start to finish, like, I find it very tricky to revisit. I don't know.
And if companies are going to be using AI voice acting in a big way for their games, I do think that should definitely be criticized. Because again, AI is not good enough to do that kind of thing at a very high level.
It should never be good enough to do that. You shouldn't enable the technology to be that good. That's the issue that you seem unwilling to address for some odd reason. Maybe your sponsor knew that was an airtight case against generative AI voices and advised against it.
There's no odd reason I'm—
Here's my opinion, if AI creates life, it should coexist with humans. Ooh, that's actually an interesting perspective. And I kind of agree. Like, again, like, if AI is a tool, like, humans should be free to use it. But again, it depends, like everything in life, it kind of depends on what you use it on. Again, we were talking about guns for ages. Let's use guns as an example. It's like, using guns to, I don't know, go, like, clay pigeon shooting. Or a firing range for sport. Totally different than murder, you know?
I'm not addressing this issue. I quite literally just forgot to mention that specifically. But I don't know why you're assuming I'm okay with this when I literally said I'm not okay with companies being misleading with how they are going to use your voice.
How can AI create life? I think he meant, like, art, but it is what it is. Saying technology shouldn't be that good is backwards. That's how humans have adapted. Well, no, I feel like what he's trying to say is that some forms of technology shouldn't be that good. I guess.
And Jesus, fuck, get the fuck out of my face with the, oh yeah, the sponsor will let you say this. Like, shut up, bro. Jesus, fuck. And you have no airtight case. All you pointed out is, oh, well, this can be bad. It's like, yeah, what?
Well, again, it's like, it's kind of difficult to listen to Colin as well, when he also sounds emotional, but also patronizing.
What a fucking airtight case. It's totally not like that argument hasn't been used for many different things in the real world. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, you cannot be a real functioning human. Does your brain work? But then again, I also wouldn't say that we should criticize it more than we would criticize, like...
Guns can also be used for hunting. Yeah, they can be used for hunting, poaching, yeah, poaching. That's what I meant.
Just a regular human, actually. Like, if a regular human came in and their voice acting is damn near just as bad as an AI's voice acting, then I feel like they should be criticized the same way.
No, because at least a bad performance was done through authentic means. An AI performance would make it inauthentic.
So your meaningful distinction here is that one is an AI-trained voice by a real person.
Are you guys still going to play Spider-Man 3? I mean, I won't be playing it for a while, because it's probably going to be on PlayStation for the first year, annoyingly. I'll play it when it comes to PC, yeah.
Which has to have some level of authenticity for it to even be trained. And the distinction from that is, at least the guy tried. Like, bro, what? It's like, bro, dog shit is dog shit. Doesn't matter if it's green or brown. If anything, as a company, I'd be pretty mad if I paid somebody to do voice acting for me and they fucking sucked. A case where I do think it's done fine is Arc Raiders, where they not only had the voice actors.
So it's like, I'm kind of in the middle where it's like, I acknowledge what AI can do. Like, I acknowledge the good things of AI, but also I'm fully aware that it has a lot of problems with society. Like, it's kind of like, when you put it like that, AI really isn't that different from a lot of things in society, right? It's like, basically everything in life can kill you if misused, but everything in life serves a point, serves a purpose. I don't know. What's your opinion on Indian animation? No comment. Like, I don't know.
Agree to this, but they paid them to be able to use it too.
I don't care if they agree to it. You should not be training AI to replicate realistic voices. You have yet to justify why that's okay in concept when it would bring more harm than good.
SK, shut the fuck up. These people have the free will to allow companies to use their voice for generative AI, in the same way that a gun manufacturer has the freedom to make a gun for people who don't plan to use it maliciously, whether it be for fun or for self-defense. Just because AI can be—
Well, again, like, what if, like, people in general don't give... what if people... oh, fucking hell, this kid is still chatting shit. Yeah, it's like, an argument can be made. It's like, okay, well, what if, like, celebrities, for example, like Henry Cavill, it's like, what if... like, for example, Henry Cavill, it's like, what if he, doesn't consent to having his voice used by AI? It's like, people can still do it, and that's not okay.
used in a malicious way, in a bad way. That doesn't mean people are immoral for advancing AI and being a part of training AI. You are actually fucking brain dead. So now, if they want to use some small voice lines or add some small voice lines to Arc Raiders, there doesn't need to be the hassle of scheduling, going in and recording like 2 lines of dialogue, and then they still get paid for it anyway.
Yeah, AI should be another cog in the machine and not the whole machine. Yeah, that's fair.
Heard of emailing voice lines, or did ChatGPT forget to mention that?
SK, you are aware that even if you email voice lines, it still requires scheduling, planning, and recording. If a game dev is trying to put some voice lines into their game, and in
Why the fuck would it require scheduling?
scenario, the actors that they paid to train their AI voices are not available or are not able to record the lines in the deadline that the game needs.
Now we could get into a philosophical discussion about whether or not free will actually exists. I mean, yeah, it basically comes down to... I mean, this may be a bit of a hot take, I apologize, but it basically comes down to, do you think that you're, like, God? The fucking magical being in the sky with a beard? Do you think that he is controlling you like a puppet with a marionette? A puppeteer with a marionette, sorry. Commander Leroy. How you doing, buddy? Colin is a hypercritical jackass himself due to promoting AI in his video. I mean, there's pros to AI, there's cons to it, like, it is what it is.
Meet or wants to meet, this can cause issues that AI completely eliminates. How the fuck are you—
But, like, when the cons outweigh the pros, I think that's a problem.
saying I haven't provided a justification for why this is okay, when I literally just did? And again, AI voices stretches farther than just voice acting. It can be utilized for people who aren't comfortable with using their own voices, but they also may want to make content. I don't even know why I'm wasting time explaining what AI—
Well, yeah, it can also be used to fraudulently create evidence. Like, again, like, for every good thing it can do, there's a bad thing. And you do need to be aware of the bad things. It's like, I think SK is, like, too far in the negative, and I think Colin is, like, too far into the positive. Opposites attract. Make them a couple.
Voices can be used for other than just gaming voice acting or anime or fucking like cartoon voice acting. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude, it's actually just tiring. But even still, in this Arc Raiders example, this is again another case of people not even knowing it was AI voice acting until it was told to them.
That's the problem, you glue sniffer. The fact we can't tell if it's real or fake.
No offense, I think you're overcomplicating. Fuck. I think you're overcomplicating a very simple boundary between ethical and unethical AI. What do you mean by that? Like, can you elaborate? I'm curious to hear what you mean by that.
Is why the technology is inherently dangerous.
Yeah, and the problem with you glue sniffer, is you think AI is inherently immoral and inherently bad.
God gave us free will. Actually, my mum gave me free will when she shat me out of her womb.
Because it can be used in malicious ways. And that's kind of like my overall point with AI not being all bad when used in these creative mediums.
Then your whole point
Well,
is
atheists would tell you that anyway.
stupid. Generative AI doesn't magically become a legitimate or ethical way to create art just because it can look like works that were made legitimately or ethically. The entire issue is that even
like
if
a
it can look
5-year-old on
real,
a bike.
it can destabilize our perception of what's real or fake and make it too easy to trick anyone into something that endangers them.
Yeah, and just like I've gone over in this whole video, just because AI can be used in malicious ways, that doesn't make it inherently bad. When used in creative mediums or in any medium, really. I'm sorry you can't accept this. This video is getting very, very, very repetitive at this point, as I'm sure many of you have already noticed.
I agree.
I'm just gonna cut to a couple more points
Peak
that we covered
autism,
in the
fuck
video
you.
that aren't as repetitive, I guess. They're still gonna be repetitive, but I'm just skipping to the rest of what I kind of want to respond to, that I haven't basically already responded to.
Oh, speaking of which, chat, that actually reminds me. I'm gonna show you something in general, chat, because this was hilarious. Hold on. We're gonna have a quick break, and we're gonna show you possibly the best. Hang on, I just need to do it. Bear me a second. I'm just trying to find it. Hold on. I'm just having to do some moderation in the Discord server because people think it's unironically okay to use the N-word in my server. Like, that shit needs to be smited immediately.
SK has such a double standard with Colin, it's obvious and pathetic, he needs to grow up.
Hold on a second. I will read that out in a moment. Why am I struggling to find? How many things have been put in my damn server? Like, Jesus Christ.
A lot of shit.
Jesus Christ. Alright, there we go. I found it. Right. Right, chat. Look at this shit. Look at this for a top tier comment. You ready? Debunk. Yeah, so this was on one of my videos. Look at this guy's comment. I knew you and SK were hella autistic by including Sonic and Shadow in your thumbnails. My take is that AI is divine punishment towards Western voice actors and artists for being annoying online. How about instead of saying AI will cost people their jobs, instead say, will AI provide enough value to the shareholders? Would somebody just think about the shareholders and stockholders for once? Yeah, like, guys, don't complain about the people losing their jobs. Like, worry about the multi-billion-dollar company. Like, what? That's amazing. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm 100% gonna have to do some hardcore moderation in my server after this stream. Fuck my life. Things have gotten out of hand. Sorry, Hero Culture, thank you very much for the $5, and Puppa will give a cameo now. SK has such a double standard with Colin, it's obvious and pathetic, he needs to grow up. You should probably spell double correctly before you tell people to grow up. Just some self-awareness, my friend, would go a long way. I mean, I don't know, like, I don't really agree with SK completely here. I think he's definitely hyperfixating on this shit, but then again, Colin's doing a pretty shit job at defending it, so...
But what we can most definitely shame companies for is using too much AI. Because of the simple fact that AI isn't that good yet.
So if it is that good, you would endorse them making fully AI-generated projects? Go back to school, then get a job.
So here's another part of the video that maybe should have been rephrased, and I don't even know if I can rephrase it, because the point, like, me saying that, right, it's coming from a place of me knowing that we will never reach a point with AI where it is so good. Like, we will never reach this magical land where AI can go and, you know, make something like Elden Ring, or God of War, or Across the Spider-Verse. Any great fucking project that you can think of. We're never going to live in a world where AI can just completely do all that without human input. Like, we're just not going to. Like, again, like I said earlier in the video, AI is far too resource intensive and costs way too much money for, I think, it to even be sustainable to even get to that point. And also...
Well, again, it's like, I think it's okay to acknowledge shit like this, but in the previous video, you literally said that, yeah, if AI can do what you do, your job isn't important. Like, you're kinda chasing your own tail with comments like that.
Another thing I've already said, AI requires human input to function to begin with. So it's a little improbable for me to think of like, oh, if it was to get to that point, you would be okay with fully AI generated projects. It's like, I personally, I don't know how I would feel about that, to be honest. Like, personally, my connection to art in general, whether it's AI generated or not, it's like my connection comes to how
I defend it, yeah, I know.
Feel, or how it makes me feel. Like, if I watch a movie and I get really connected to the story, or if I...
Well, this is the thing, it's like, you don't have to hate AI, but it's like, if Colin himself is like, yeah, I don't know how I feel, it's like, okay, so just stay neutral then. Like, no one's gonna hate you for sitting on the fence, but like, when you're so hell-bent on defending it, only to then, like, contradict yourself, I don't know. It just makes it very hard to take seriously.
Play a game and I'm really invested in the mechanics and I really have a fun time playing it, or if I read a comic or a book and again I get really emotionally...
Which do you prefer, animated or live-action movies? I mean, there are good and bad, right? Like, there's good and bad. It depends on the genre, because it's like, I really like a couple of animated movies, I really like a lot of live-action movies. It just kind of depends. I'll hate you for sitting on the fence because I'm an asshole. I mean, yeah, true.
Attached to, like, the narrative it's telling. Again, I can't say that I would necessarily, like, if it was fully AI generated, I can't say that I would necessarily not like it, because again, I can't control my, like, how I would feel about that in that specific situation.
He's kind of coping. I kind of agree. Like, he is... I wouldn't necessarily say he's coping, because that would mean denying reality, but, like, he's just not really, like, acknowledging the other half of reality. That's the problem.
And that's just personally how I feel. If we ever did live in that magic fantasy land, then yeah, a lot of jobs would just be obsolete at that point. But I do think the problem with this hypothetical is just, like, it's not going to happen. Like, it's just simply not.
Well, again, what if it did, though? That's the thing. It's like, what if AI did advance to the point where it did happen? It's like, what then? It's like, yeah, realistically, it's probably not gonna happen. Like, the AI bubble is gonna go kaput, fingers crossed. But, you know, anything's fucking possible. Like, what if it did happen? Like, it's annoying because I am agreeing with him, but, like, just don't defend it then, you know?
If I was to ever reach a point like that, then it would mean that basically every industry, art aside, could just basically be abolished. Nobody would have a job, really. But if nobody has a job, then no companies can make money, and our economy crumbles. And hell, maybe I am wrong. Maybe in the future we'll be living in the Matrix, where humans are obsolete and AI takes over. Maybe in the future, you know, we'll be living in Ark Raiders land, and, you know, people in real life will be camping extracts. But I don't think this will ever happen, and again, I do think this is just largely just fear-mongering. So yeah, I mean, that's basically just all I
don't know how I feel, but you already told us how you feel. You think if an AI can do someone's job better than AI can be used. I mean, yeah, true. He did say that.
To say about that. Like, you would be very hard-pressed to find a project made by, like, even 40% or more AI that is actually good. Because AI, again, is still at a point, and probably never will be at a point, where it can really beat real human creativity.
Which do you prefer, winter or summer? Ooh, that's a good debate. Chat, what do you prefer, winter or summer? Ooh,
winter for me.
Oh, Jess is still here. I think I prefer winter as well. Like, there's something magical about having snow outside, even if it's inconvenient.
I just don't like heat.
Yeah, I kind of prefer winter.
The hot weather, and I get heat stroke really easily, so I don't like summer. Plus all the hay fever.
Someone prefers spring. Chat, not gonna lie, I think the worst season is autumn. I think autumn is the worst. Because autumn is just like... The trees are slowly dying. Like, it's not warm enough to be summer, it's not cold enough to be winter. Like, autumn is just...
wet.
Autumn is the black sheep of the seasons.
It definitely
You're constantly
can't be
slipping on
because
leaves
AI
when they're
doesn't
wet
have
as well.
Innovation. It's programmed by things that it knows already.
If AI-generated work isn't capable...
Fall is goated. Oh yeah, you guys in America call it fall. Like, I completely forgot about that.
...of innovation, then...
What, do you call spring trip, by any chance?
Maybe don't invest in AI-generated work if you care about innovation. Then again, I question how much you care about innovation, given your awful defenses for Marvel Spider-Man 2.
You mean
I'll take Rift, but I digress. Well, yeah, but it's like, there's nothing really special about autumn. Like, there's not, I don't know, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, the trees just slowly die, like, the temperature decreases, but not enough to get snow. It rains more. I don't know, like, what's special about autumn? Or fall?
The same defenses that I apply to not just Spider-Man 2, but every game, that you agreed with me when we were still friends? You mean that standard? You know, come to think of it, that was actually when we became friends, because you argued with the amazing Lucas about the same thing that I was arguing with him about, because we were in agreement.
The colours, though? I mean, yeah, it is quite nice seeing the leaves turn like orange. Yeah, that is quite nice. But again, I just prefer spring, like seeing the flowers blossom and stuff. I just prefer that. I don't know.
And yes, I don't completely care about innovation entirely. I still do want innovation to exist. Don't get me wrong on that.
The chat summary, I know.
People taking concepts and improving it and doing their own thing with it. I've said this in so many videos. Hell, I literally just built a clothing brand with this exact motto. I myself am someone that sees a lot of flaws in a lot of things, and I think you could take something that someone has already made and improve it. I believe in that very strongly. I believe other people, and not even just people, you can find inspiration really from anywhere, or get attached to something from anywhere, and see something about that and be like, yeah, I want to do my own thing with that. You don't necessarily have to reinvent the wheel. And I am, and I always will be completely fine with people taking pre-existing ideas and doing their own thing with it, so that they can meet their own unique vision. You know, real human skill and...
Well, I think there's nothing wrong with that as long as you don't profit off it. Because it's like, if you try profiting off someone else's idea, it's like... That can cause issues, you know, with like copyright and shit. But it's like, if you take like for example, right, if you were to write like a fan fiction about Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, who the fuck cares? Like, it's your work. You're not profiting from that. But, like, if you try, like, profit from it, I think that's where the issue is. Eddie, I'm gonna head off now before I go. I disagree with a handful of things that SK says. None of them are from this video. I think his response was airtight. Have a good day. You too, dude. It's been good having you here.
Artistry. And now maybe I'm wrong. Maybe in the future the AI will really get to that point, but it definitely won't be like in the near future. Maybe I shouldn't say definitely. I'm gonna say probably.
It speaks volumes that you imagined how advanced it could get in the future, and you still don't see the issue. What are you, from the 1/10 intelligence?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's getting, to be fair, it is getting kind of late. I want to hear him talk about the whole replacing humans with jobs thing.
Gaming PC anymore, and it's even affecting things. They make PC parts. Cases, graphics.
A human can, then the job isn't important.
Yeah, I think it's this bit here.
Do what they want, good reason, like ethical reasons, so that people can actually build PCs again. And other brands are definitely going to be hopping on the, building RAM for the consumer market again because of what is happening. Because obviously going to be very profitable for them. People want RAM. And there's also the case of like, companies just replacing humans with AI.
Yeah, this is probably the most controversial thing that he said in the original video. So let's skip ahead because no one cares about the whole console thing. Like, yeah, like it is what it is. Like, we'll see what he says about this specific bit.
AI can do something good or just solid enough, even if, they could pay a human and come in and also do what...
It's 11:30 where you are. No, it's 10:30.
They want, but make it a lot better than an AI could. But the humans are being replaced because it costs more money. And to be fair...
Also, I'm just going to be completely honest. AI hasn't ruined PC. Like, PC gaming is still very much... It's still very possible to get a good gaming PC. For a decent price. It's just a lot harder. But it's still possible.
I wouldn't blame a company if, like, they replaced a human with an AI, if an AI can do their job just as good, if not just maybe slightly worse than a human could. Like, in that case, I don't really think your job is that important.
If an AI is deemed to do something just as good, if not a little worse than a human can, then the job isn't important apparently. Even though many artists have lost their jobs because companies have decided to invest in AI instead of hardworking artists. What a horrendous comment.
Yeah, maybe it would be a horrendous comment if your statement wasn't largely exaggerated. There's a reason we are not seeing mass artist layoffs. Yes, there are people not getting job opportunities and cases of, you know, artists already losing their jobs from this. And again, the unemployment rates do not back up what you're saying at all. Again, you are...
Well, you've also got to keep in mind, right? Hang on.
Fear-mongering. You have no clue what you are talking about. There's a reason animators, visual effects artists, and people in that field aren't seeing some large boom in unemployment because it's not as exaggerated as SK is making it out to be. Because again, like I keep reiterating, human input is still very important and it will continue to be very important. Like, and that sounds fucked up to say, but really, if an AI can do what you can do, then your job probably isn't that important.
Fuck you. Seriously. Fuck you.
You might be thinking like, oh, well, AI can make art. Does that mean artists should be
It's actually exaggerated.
If an AI can make good art? No, because an AI still cannot reach the same level as a real artist could.
That's not how companies will see it or what they care about. They care about making money. Also, no, AI creating art that can appear authentically made doesn't justify investing in it.
Yeah, so if that's the case, then why doesn't the unemployment rate actually back up what you say? But yeah, I don't really have anything...
Again, the problem with this, though, is that, like, it doesn't back it up now, but what in a year's time? What in 2 years' time? It's like, if as AI continues to advance, the unemployment figures could go up and up and up. It could happen. And keep in mind, this is just AI. It's like, what about, like, other factors, right? Like, this is just AI. Like, what if something else was to happen in the world? Like, another pandemic, for example. I know that that's, like, chances of that happening are very fucking slim, hopefully. But, like, AI is just one thing in the world. Like, there's a lot of other things. It's like, obviously unemployment is going to happen no matter what, but, like, you shouldn't add more reasons to the pot. I don't know, like... Rift don't jinx us. Yeah, sorry, fucking AIDS epidemic in the next year. My bad.
To respond to in this video, he's gonna bring up later in a point that, again, it would just have the same response as a lot of the other points brought up in the video, where he's just like, oh, well, Grok AI is actually undressing human child actors, and I'm like, yeah, that's not good. Like, your entire premise for this video literally just relies on, oh, well, this can be used in bad ways, when you can apply that to so many different things. You can apply that to literally the platform, the internet that you are posting your video on. Your standard is super flimsy and doesn't hold up to scrutiny. You're trying to make the claim that I'm anti-art because I'm pointing out that there's a lot of tedious things and mundane things that a lot of people do not want to do. You make claims about AI that you don't even know what you're talking about. You very clearly have done, like, basically zero research.
I was occupied. I just heard Rift talking about AIDS. I don't know the context. Without context, it's better.
Topic about how AI actually works and the benefits that it can provide, and not just fields of entertainment.
Well, again, it's like, I don't really like this argument, because it's like, I don't like it for the exact reasons he provides trying to defend it. It's like, yeah, you can apply this to everything in the world, but it doesn't negate the criticism. It's like, oh, guys, why are you complaining about rape when murder exists? It's like, yeah, it's the lesser of two extremes, but it's still an extreme. Like, chat, why are you complaining about, like, unemployment figures rising when there's people starving in third world countries? It's like, yeah, like, one's not as bad as the other, but they're still bad. I don't know, like, I'll never understand this argument.
But all industries, like, your responses are just awful, dude. Like, I genuinely could have made a video saying guns aren't that bad, and it wouldn't have gotten the same amount of backlash as the video talking about AI did. Even though SK's points about why AI is so bad.
He's acting as if multiple things can't be true. Yeah, exactly. Which part of the UK are you from? The most northern part of England. Which is around, like... off the top of my head... Northern England, basically.
The same argument you can use for many different things in the world, like guns, like cars, like knives, like the internet in general. To wrap this video up, here's what I'm gonna say. Please do a modicum of research on AI before
Why are you complaining about getting fucked by your boss when you're being fucked by the government? Yeah, I know.
talk about it. And for anything that wants to correct anything that I said...
Yeah, bad thing doesn't become good because another bad thing exists, or a worse thing exists.
Or give me new information on something I may have gotten wrong, or just something that I didn't add, feel free to do that in the comments. You don't have to do that by being like, oh, you're an idiot, you consume slop AI, you're a bad person, da-da-da-da-da. Like, those kind of comments is just like, nah, I'm not bothering with that. Or not being respectful to those people. That's what most of the comments consist of on my last video. But yeah, I do think AI needs to be regulated, just like many other things that can be dangerous. I don't think all AI use cases are good. And yeah, I thank you all for watching if you did make it this
far. So again, it's like, I prefer his response because I think he actually cleared a lot of things up. It's like, I don't think his first video was very good. Like, I think his first video was so bad, bordering on rage bait. Because he does say shit like, oh yeah, if AI can do things that you can do, like, your job isn't important. It's like, yeah, you shouldn't say that. Like, you're inevitably gonna cause people to disagree with you. I don't know, like, the video's over and I guess the stream is coming to an end. It's like... Man. Like, what do we think, chat? I don't know, like... I just don't think he did himself any favors making the original video. Like, that's what I think. Have you ever been to America? I haven't, no. I think America is one of the few continents I've actually yet to visit. Like, I've been to Asia, I've been to Australia, not Australia, that's not the continent. Or is it the continent? I can't remember. But yeah, I've been to Asia, Europe. I've not been to North or South America, though.
I have never stepped foot out of the UK, so there you go. There's me.
What would you rate his response out of 10? I think it was better than the original video, but like, again, it's you should come over while we're still one nation. Yeah, before bloody Trump declares war or some shit. I don't know, man. Like, I think his response video was better than the original video. But, like, it was so unnecessary. Like, he shouldn't... I just don't think he should have made the original video. Like... I don't know. And it's like... I disagree with his opinion, but I can see his... Well, I agree with his opinion, but I disagree with his reasoning. Like... Or, I agree with his reasoning, but I disagree with his opinion. Like... I don't know, like, I agree with both SK and Colin. Like, I agree that, like, AI can be used in a positive light. But I also think it's important to acknowledge the bad things, because it's like, yeah, some of the bad things are very dangerous.
In my opinion, I think AI should only be used for, like, help as a tool, so like help correcting spelling, things like that. But also,
but it's like, I think
because there are professional editors out there.
Yeah, it's like, I think one of the best uses of AI is AI summary for Google. Where it's like, you'll type in something, right? Like, I don't know, how many people live in the UK, or how many people live in China, and AI chat summary will give you the answer straight away. It's like, that is cool, and that saves time. It's like, I like that, but, you know, AI being able to create fake court cases, or being able to forgify evidence, like, I don't like that shit. Yeah, AI is a double-edged sword, yeah, quite literally.
Someone said AI is like a knife. It depends if the person's using it as a burglar or a chef.
Well, yeah, as well. It's like AI is like a knife. It depends on whether you're holding the blade or holding the handle. It's like, if you hold the blade, it's going to cause harm. If you hold the handle, you might be able to make something good out of it. Maybe that analogy didn't quite work, but yeah, it's like, yeah, AI is like a knife. It's either a tool or a weapon, depending on who's using it and how they're using it.
It's like, I've said it before, just in a normal VC. It's like, I don't really use ChatGPT, but the only times I do is when, I will admit to this, I'm too lazy to think of a name for a character. Or a random number or something like that. I'll use it as a random name generator or as a random number generator. I don't use it for anything else.
Morales, AI can do awful things, but isn't it basically the same as an AI... AI can do awful things, but isn't it basically the same as a guy who knows hacking skills and uses them for evil, which doesn't automatically make hacking skills bad? Yes, but I think the reason why that's slightly a different case is because it's still a human doing it. Like, the thing with AI is that, I mean, by definition, it's artificial intelligence. It's like, I don't know, it's like, yeah, a human can use AI in an evil way, but like, I guess it just depends on perspective. It's like, I don't think people are in the wrong for criticizing AI, but at the same time, you could be like, well, yeah, but you should criticize the people using AI in that way. But it's like, it's still shit that AI can be used in that way. Hacking in general is bad. Yeah, exactly. I like this conversation we're having, because it's like, it's nice to hear like a lot of different people's perspectives. I know the freaking should guns be legal debate, like that got very much out of hand earlier. But like, I like this debate, this like chat we're having.
Are we gonna get a echo jump scare?
Programming skills would be a better name for it. Yeah, I agree. Like, with that being said though, chat, I am very sorry to have to bring this to a close because there are a lot of people still here, and I want to say you guys have been absolutely phenomenal throughout the entire stream. I have been awake. It is currently 10:30 in the evening. I've been awake since 6:30 this morning because I had work. So yeah, with that being said, I think it's about time for this little chap to do his final dance or shuffle of the stream. And for chat to lose their freaking marbles because he has appeared. Like,
he's fat fish.
Whoa. Calling him fat.
Fuck you.
Oh, that's the truth, mate. You have to deal.
You're fat. Fuck off.
I am not fat.
Someone in chat called him Sniffer. It's Puffer. How is he Sniffer?
How dare you call Puffer fat? I will call him fat for the rest of my days.
He's little.
Well, as Puffer's favourite word, Echo, you're a cunt.
Puffer hit the gym. What do you mean?
We all hate Echo. Oh wow.
How would Puffer use any of the equipment? He's got no hands.
How can you hate me after I made the out of context clips montage? That was my work.
Actually, I think you'll find it was my work. I said the suspicious things.
Yeah, but who's the motherfucker who put the montage together? Me.
Is Puffer really fat, or is it just self-inflation? Yeah, exactly. It's like it's a defense mechanism.
I'm just fat.
What? Echo? Oh, Echo supremacy, baby.
You know what? Kyle gets it. You know what? Thank you, Kyle. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Echo supremacy.
Oh yeah, you are right. The chat is losing their minds.
Yeah, as soon as Puffer appears, it's like a shark with blood. Like everyone just becomes like a one-track mind.
Oh hell no!
Yeah, it's like
no.
You know, like, unironically, when Echo was like, oh, there's a puffer cult, it's like, he may have been spitting, because, like, my goodness, everyone in chat.
Like, close to a band, buddy, don't rep Echo again. Axiom, what is
Yo.
this slander?
Like, I feel like...
Kyle, no.
Like, man, this is legit dangerous. It's like, you know when people say, like, oh yeah, well, if someone told you to jump off a cliff, would you do it? It's like, Puffer better not say that, because all of you guys in chat would be like, right, take the plunge, brothers.
Oh, you know what? It's very funny. We're talking about
Fucking parish.
cultist shows up.
It's like that scene from Iron Man 3 where, like, all of them are skydiving together, just, like, without chutes.
Variety of this stream: 1 puffer, 2 chair, 3 chair pillow, 4 rift.
The priority of the stream: puffer, chair, pillar, rift. Yeah, sorry, I'll just go fuck myself.
Ban Echo then. Shut up.
I wonder what would happen if I actually made a stream where it was literally just the chair. Like, literally just the chair and just nothing else. Like,
honestly, that you'd have to do that one day. Let's see what that fucking happens.
fucking 1,000 people show up.
This is where you get like freaking 1 million fucking views and all that shit.
I thought I will push Echo if you ask. You will be doing no such thing.
Yeah, Axiom, I would watch the chair.
You should do that for April Fools. No, for April Fools, we're doing the Why Doom Eternal is Woke garbage video. Also, I don't know. God is being woke because there's a rainbow.
Everyone charge Echo, lol. Avengers Assemble. Whoa! What did I do? What do you want me to say? The truth hurts?
Knowing the internet, people would watch. Yeah, people would watch just a live stream of the chair.
He's close enough for Puffer ASMR, which would probably be very strange. It would literally just be bubble sounds.
Oh, we've set them off. They want to see the chair stream.
I want to see the chair. Fuck my life. Yeah, sorry.
Do that on April Fools as well.
Not gonna lie, guys. There's nothing like having a very loyal community that absolutely love and support you.
You should just do like an hour stream of just the chair.
Why an hour? 24-hour chair stream.
24 hours.
24 hours. That was it. Puffer will sit on the chair instead of Rift. No, it's got to be a chair stream. No Puffer.
What do you mean? Puffer has his throne. That being, hang on, Steam Deck. Steam Deck.
Yes, loyal more so to the Puffer.
Puffer has
his stopping it all.
Puffer has his throne. That being the Steam Deck. This is what he sits on when he is not gracing you with his presence. Okay, well, anyways, though, chat, before this gets any more out of hand, thank you very much for being here. Again, there are protect the Puffer from Dr. Doom. Mate, protect Dr. Doom from Puffer. What are you chatting?
Puffer won't do shit.
But yeah, it really means a lot, like, as always. Like, there have been so many people here. It is humbling. Like, we had a bit of a disagreement with the gun debate, but, like, it really means a lot having you all here. And thank you to Axiom and everyone else for the donations. It's very, very nice. You don't have to donate. It's very nice, what can I say? But yeah, with that being said, I will not be live tomorrow because I have a late shift. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we will see you guys Monday. Take care, and goodbye.
See you later, bitches.
Bye.